Yeah, I'm fine. You just... I was
I'm
waiting
gonna
for you
start.
to actually say 3, 2, 1.
I just start pray to.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna start.
you're just like 3... I'm just gonna start.
I'm just
That's
like,
all.
starting. Yeah, this is going perfect. You know, professional gamers and streamers and.
And the like.
Yeah! Teletubbies.
Again, no.
Aw, but Teletubbies.
I don't know what is with you and that.
I don't know either.
You got issues.
Yeah, but that's not the point right now.
Isn't it?
No.
Okay, then what is the point?
That we are starting a podcast today. Well, not starting it, we are starting this podcast.
You know, I was kind of trying to lead you into doing the intro, but you know, clearly I
I'm kind of
failed.
failing. Haven't we talked about this? You do better intros than me. I do the outros good, and you do the intros.
It's not
Because,
that you
you
do
know.
the outros good; it's just that you're the one who wants to hurry it up and get it over with.
Well, you're the cunt that's dying today.
How am I the one who's dying?
Exactly, I was asking you, are you dying today?
No.
No, I am. So hi people, we have started.
Mm-hmm. He's really bad at this. Alright then, fine. Since you don't want to do it, I guess I'll do it.
Well, you normally do the intro. I don't know what to say.
I was giving you a chance.
You're giving me chances. What is this? Or you try to make
free
us
chance?
look even worse bad? Like
Clearly.
we are already looking bad, and now you're trying to make it worse? Like,
Don't we always?
how...
I don't know.
Today's
Wow.
gonna be interesting.
Oh, sure is. Welcome
Two
to
tired
the
boys.
podcast of the Nerd Ensemble, where we talk random stuff, usually game and tech related, but most of the time, it's just us being stupid. And in this case, that's him.
What? It's fucking Sunday morning. Do you know what I normally do on a Sunday morning?
Should I even answer that?
I'm sleeping.
Pretty sure you try to sleep every morning.
Exactly.
Well,
Well, except this morning because we're doing a podcast.
that is how
And
it
the times
goes.
we're doing Ocarina of Time.
And
And the
other
times
games.
we're playing Halo. And Destiny.
Well, we
But
would be playing
anytime we have-
Halo, but the problem with that is you won't buy yourself a controller. Like, ooh,
I
everything I
will.
want. It's gonna be the same thing when you get paid next. It's just gonna be, it's like,
No, I
okay, I'll
find
buy a
out-
controller. It's like, oh, hey, this one game's out. I wanna buy it. There we go.
No, but
Next thing you know,
SEO was important. I know Valhalla and Cyberpunk is the only games at the moment I want.
Next thing you know, it's gonna skip out of, like,
want
Ghost
Ghost
of
of
Tsushima.
Tsushima,
mm-hmm.
but that can wait.
What I just
Like,
said. I literally just said that.
I didn't listen to you.
you
That's
never
also the
do.
thing about this podcast.
You never
That's
do.
the second thing about this podcast. We don't listen to each other. We just talk.
You especially.
What? Did you say something again? I didn't listen, you know.
Typical.
Why does it look like your background has a square?
Because it's a fake overlay.
Oh. So the fake overlay have a square?
Yeah, because I can't just grab the icon pictures. I have to put the freaking... I just took a quick screenshot and I threw it over there. So now it's a square on top of a square.
I think we have to square it out. Top quality content.
Alright. So you want to lead us off into something? Anything at all?
Well, you're the one with the 500 topics. I have one.
I've got a few. You can talk about anything in general here. How about we don't start into that though?
Yeah, I'm not that. I feel like it's a mid thing, because you know, my head is itchy.
This episode's gone so great.
Yeah, but I'm dying here out of hate.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You keep going on about how it's so hot and everything, but like I'm pretty sure it's hotter here than it is there.
Let me check something. Google. Now wait. Hey Google, how many degrees is it outside? It's 25 degrees. Shut the fuck up!
You're the one that asked.
I asked about the weather, not the, what, like the whole fucking day.
Well, just ask for the temperature.
I did, and she just continued talking like, "Do you want a summary of
Have
the
you
day?"
met
Like,
Google?
no. God damn it, bitch! Shut the fuck up. She does. Okay, this machine, like, if I sometimes make a loud noise, she reacts, and I'm like, "Why? Shut the fuck up! I didn't talk to you. I don't like you.
Then why did you
I
get
got
one?
you for free because it was free."
So? It's like saying if you hate something to absolute death, you got it for free, then you have to like it. Like, that's not the case.
Did I say I like it? I got it for free.
So what?
I thought it was like more of a speaker, but
No.
it's actually more.
No, it's just a voice assistant, that's it. It's literally the exact same thing you could do on your phone, but through a speaker. That's it. That's its only purpose.
This soda is amazing.
Yeah, maybe you should try not burping into the mic.
I didn't. The mic is
You
under
did.
me.
Well, it doesn't matter. Still did it.
No, take me. I did forward.
Yeah, we don't need the specifics here, buddy. Also, that's only 77 degrees Fahrenheit, in which case that's not really that much.
No, but you're also not living in a country that's fucked. Well, actually,
I'm about to say.
like, wait a second. It depends how you say it, but when it comes to weather, it's not fucked. Even though I'm not kidding, like 17 degrees here is fucked. Like,
Okay,
I
granted.
die.
Granted, actually, it's for us, it is 5 degrees lower. It's 72 here. But still, I'm burning up. Not badly, actually. Mostly just how hot it is in this house. That's the issue. I mean, granted, I have a computer running, 3 monitors. It's gonna be kind of hot in here.
Yeah, I have an AC that doesn't fucking function as it should.
And then I have dogs and such who decide to pull things over my vent, and I'm like, really? No. Anyway, let's go ahead and
The
get
dog is trying to kill you.
Oh, it seems that way. I mean, honestly, it's impossible to die from a heat like that. It'd be much harder to die from it. So, you're just being a wimp. Anyway, on to an actual topic. So, yeah.
We have those?
Do we? Because I've never known this show to actually have topics. Even when we had topics, we didn't have topics.
Somehow we remember the good old times where we had like action news stuff like
Yeah, when we actually kept like
Weekend,
a Google document of topics that we just randomly threw stuff onto, and then it's like one day just
And then, like,
meh.
then like after your internet crashed or were shut off for like 3 months, we were like,
Pay for it. Yeah.
like,
Speaking
we
of,
don't
probably
give
gonna
a
switch my
fuck
internet
anymore.
soon. Probably. Depends.
are you getting better or worse?
Better. Hopefully.
Oh.
I say hopefully because who knows? I could always be screwed. Anyway, so, as a random idea topic, one that only I'm probably going to be sharing because he does not care. So, what was it? Like, let me see when this was. This
What are we talking about?
was 2 weeks ago, I think?
Is it Halo
No,
Infinite?
3 weeks ago. Yes.
Oh, that was Halo Infinite. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm getting
More
the
of
sniper
Xbox
rifle.
Yeah, good luck with that. You're gonna have to go to the middle of the map for that one. Anyway, and most of the time that's not even gonna be what's gonna be spawning. Now, but who knows? We haven't seen the multiplayer thing yet. All I'm gonna say, and honestly, I should have just made you watch it just to go for random opinion. And of course, you would have come up with some random absolute opinion because you're just like, oh, if it's a game that isn't like these games, then it's terrible, and it's like you can't do that.
I mean, I'm playing.
That's
I
just
want
how
to play
it feels.
Warzone. Do you think I can judge anything today?
Not really, because Warzone is absolute trash. It's horrible.
I mean, the only
Every
good
single battle
thing-
royale in general is just complete terribleness. That's
the
right,
only good
internet.
thing
You like a battle
about
royale?
Warzone
That's
is
you.
like the
I don't.
gulag. Like I love the idea of the gulag. Like
I
you have
don't,
a
it's kinda
chance
dumb.
to go back to battle.
I think that's kind of dumb. At this rate, you die, you die. Screw off. Screw you, Apex and Warzone, coming up with
So,
ways to
do you
come
think
back.
Halo is gonna add an
No.
battle royale?
No.
You don't
Honestly,
think
no.
they
Honestly,
would?
no. Because they literally said they won't. They literally said the only BR is gonna be the battle rifle. That's their joke. Because literally, they don't want it. And in reality, they shouldn't. Because when it comes down to it, they need to focus on a story right now. Multiplayer is kind of finite. Like, I mean, it's just like it's always something that's gonna be the way it is. You could change it up a little bit, have some. I mean, we're getting new mechanics, but point being, you could just have that. It's not that hard to implement. When you have the story and actual gameplay in the campaign, they need to focus more on that. That's how games with a story should be. Focus on that more so than the multiplayer aspect. The multiplayer aspect is just an extra, just a bonus in those type of games. If you think of the multiplayer as like the main mode, that's not how it should be.
Yeah.
In any game
That's
that has
why-
a story.
That's so good with at least Activision's COD. They focus a lot of their stories on the stories and the multiplayer though, but like
Depends.
They
I
focus
mean,
on,
again, if you look back at Black Ops 3, they sure as hell did not focus on the story.
But that wasn't Activision, was it? Wasn't that
Yes, that's Activision.
Oh yeah, they made,
Every
but,
Call
like,
of Duty is Activision.
But who is the devs for Black Ops? For the Black Ops?
Treyarch, which
They
is a
also
subdivision
I mean-
of Activision.
And who is the ones that does the Modern Warfare series or the Warfare series?
Infinity Ward.
In this case. Yeah. Infinity Ward, I feel like have done better job with doing.
They've
the
done pretty
storyline.
good. Well, okay, I won't go that far in a sense, because to me, I'm not really. The only one I've liked so far is Modern Warfare 2. The first one, I'm only like halfway through, and so far it's okay. It just isn't really that great to me. To people who keep going on about, oh, it's like one of the best Call of Duties ever to exist, it's like, I can't go that far. I cannot tell you that.
But I
And then
think
you got
it's
Modern Warfare
because
3
it's
that I
dated
tried it
this
at
point.
first. I did try it, and the movement, I guess it's field of view reason, but the movement to me felt really sluggish and slow. Just like your running is like jogging speed or speed walking. It's very slow.
Did you ever complete Frey or no?
I never even really played it. I played like the first mission and stopped.
Yeah, can I spoil the end for you for that game?
No,
Oh, okay.
because I'm gonna play
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
you
future.
go.
Because I'm gonna try to play through all the Call of Duties, but at the current moment, I am. I'm not really into the idea of going back into it. I'm wanting to,
And
but I'm not.
you're also
It's not really that
and
great.
you also is not in a mood to sort of like 25 different series at the same time. I mean that
Yeah.
one has been on hold for a while, but like
It's been on hold for a
There's, like-
while, mainly because I don't feel like playing a game where I'm gonna be raging every 5 seconds.
play them veteran first before you say that you rage.
I can rage on any difficulty, it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, but when you play veteran, it's like one shot, one kill.
Pretty sure I'm playing on Harden. Could be regular, but pretty sure it's on Harden.
Or it's
wrong.
not that hard. If I can
Well,
complete
it's not
veteran-
about the difficulty. It's the fact that in general, it's like that. And with Call of Duty, like, especially the fourth one, there's infinite spawns all the time. It's like if you don't progress any further than what you are, they'll just keep spawning. You have to move forward. And if you try to move forward, you're gonna die because you're getting shot up to death. So it's like, you know, you clear out most of them. You need to run
Yeah.
the hell out of the way, or else they're gonna spawn straight back, and you're gonna be stuck in the
have
same
you
area.
done the? Wait, wait, you have done the one based on the that it's in the co-op mission on Modern Warfare 2.
If you're talking about the sniper ones, then yes, and honestly, I did like those.
But that one in the on veteran was terrible in 4. Like the ending of that story, that mission, I was like, fuck this! Like, I
Well-
don't give a fuck about this cunt. I gave zero. I stopped playing that for like many rounds because I got so fucking pissed at it. And then I completed it. I was like, yeah, this is a good game. And then they released Modern Warfare 2. Remastered, and I was like, I'm buying this directly. And got Ghost skin on Warzone. Or Modern Warfare. And next it was like, yes, finally the good skin on Ghost. And I'm like, I didn't mind the other skin.
The other skin sucked.
But
Incredibly
so does
so.
Halo.
Yeah, see, it's really, I don't really care if you like it or not. It's the point that I'm going to keep making you try to play it, regardless. And also,
I am under force here to play it. Did I have
much.
a choice? No.
No. I mean, in Rowdy, again, I feel like the only reason why you say it sucks is because you're used to other games at the time. Like, you were basically used to every single other game, and it feels like you're just comparing it to
But I also
those.
have only basically played like up to 3. Like, I get like 1 and 2
I mean,
I
even
can
so,
get
I mean, even like back in the day, people loved it like hell. Even to today, people say the second and third games are the absolute best. Even the first game, like the first 3 games are the best games, and every other game is worthless. To basically a lot of the community.
It's like that in any series. Like if they make a lot of games, often the first like 3 games is good.
Well, again, I mean, another thing about Halo though is the fact that it is a. It's kind of like, how would I say? I was gonna say trendsetter, but not really. It's more so that it is. If you think of Combat Evolved, for example, it is literally the first actual FPS that mattered. The one that actually made games the way we are today. Without that, you wouldn't have any other type of games like it. Because I mean, if you think about it, with Xbox, it was the first ever thing to ever create dual analog sticks. No other console ever did it, and everybody laughed it out of the room. Everybody thought that was the most stupidest thing to ever be. And now it's a standard. So where you can't have nothing but 2 sticks.
Unless you're like what's they call Nintendo.
Well, they still have 2 sticks.
Now they do, but like the 3DS still hadn't had 2 sticks.
I mean, the GameCube had 2 sticks, but that was its own purpose. But still,
Yeah, but like it feels like that was
we
the
had
feel
2
like,
sticks if you plugged in a nunchuck, and then the Wii U had it. The 3DS just didn't. It was just a handheld because at the time there was no point in putting it on a handheld. For them.
until they released that one with the camera thing. They had the camera thingy.
No, they just,
what was it?
They
The
just gave
2DS?
No, it was still in the old 3DS days. They just gave adapter. It just gave you an adapter that you put into the side of the 3DS and it gives you the stick.
No, not an adapter. It was actually on the console.
No, well now, but I'm saying beforehand. Like, you know, they just gave you an adapter. That's what they gave you at first. Then they came out with the new 3DS, and that's what came with the stick.
I don't have that. I have an older 3DS then. I think because I only have 1 stick.
Well, yeah, we both have the older one. Anyway, as I was trying to mention, basically 10, 20 minutes ago, before getting into that topic, when it comes down to it, I mean, honestly, when it comes to Infinite, it's a lot different. I mean, sure, it still has its classical elements of original Halos, but it's still the point that it is a lot different when it comes down to it. I mean, hell, we're getting open world now, open world game, and then having a bunch of this other stuff involved into it.
Well, how are they gonna do an open world with that has a normal linear story? Otherwise, like
Why
that's
wouldn't-
gonna be.
I mean, it's not hard to do. I mean, look at every other game that's open world. It has a linear story.
I mean, well, technically, yeah, but
I mean,
everyone
any
has,
game you can think of. I mean, again, Red Dead,
I mean,
like the new Assassin's Creed games, all that kind of stuff. It's the same
Well,
way.
they said Odyssey actually has multiple endings, but I have this far to discover that.
Well, all right, but I'm just saying in general, like any game like that is open world and has a story, it's still the same thing. And yeah, there are going to be side missions and everything because it's an open world game. You can't have open world without side missions, or else it's going to get boring. So,
Unless it's Zelda, of course. because that was like
Zelda has side missions.
yeah, but they didn't have. It wasn't like major side mission. Like at least like Skyrim.
I mean, do you really want a mission where it's like, hey, go collect 3 apples? Whatever the hell freaking game that was.
Wait, there was a game with like you had to go collect.
A side mission, yeah, it's just go collect some apples for me. I'm just like, okay. Like, that's your side mission. I forget what game that was, but yeah, that was the thing.
Or you have the card that's like. Or you have the. Or the guard. I don't understand how the guard can survive a dragon attack, but the moment they get shot with an arrow in the knee, they're like, ah, yeah, I can't adventure anymore.
Have you met Achilles?
Yeah, but that is his heel, not his knee.
That doesn't matter. It's the same deal. It's like, oh, hey, I could take care of everything. Shot me through the chest? Nah, I'm good. Shoot me in the eyeball? Nah, I'm good. Shoot me in the heel? Oh no, I'm dead. Like I can't go on any further.
But here they don't die. They just like I can't adventure anymore. Oh God, a dragon! Let's kill it! Like, oh, you seem to run fine, my good sir.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
But, anyway, the other points of it. When it comes down to Infinite, though, there's all these good things, and then we have the bad things. Bad enough I'm trying to explain this to you, for example, who's seen nothing about it, basically. And yeah, it's a little bit difficult to explain. I don't really get what is with some people. I mentioned this when I was playing SPV3 last night, you know, a Halo mod, but people who get so pissed off about like sprinting being available, I'm like, what is wrong with you? I mean, I get the idea. The first games didn't have sprint, and then they add sprint, and everyone's like, no, you just ruined the formula. Like, oh god, it's so terrible now because they've added sprint. And they're like, why would you hate on sprint? What's the issue? And it's like, because if you sprint, it's like, oh, you're running and you can't shoot while you run, and it takes forever for the gun to go away. I'm like, okay, but still, every other game does it. What's the issue? If you're gonna have bigger, cooler maps, you need to be able to traverse it faster.
Yeah, I can accept. Like, I would say this is like sprinting is good and bad. It's like,
I mean, in a sense, yeah, but what people are wanting is just increased mobility. Like, basically what Doom does. Doom doesn't sprint, it just runs fast. Like, it just basically, like, you move fast, and that's kind of what people are wanting, and I'm just feeling like that'd be very broken. And in a sense, they've basically corrected the whole sprint thing in general, to where people won't be able to use it as much. In multiplayer, in Halo 5, if you're sprinting, you can't heal. Like, your shields won't recharge if you're running. Because the idea is that when you're sprinting, your suit is using so much power to the, like, whatever, boosters in I guess, like, the Spartan's legs or whatever. It's, like, diverting all the power to it to where shields can't recharge. You have to stop in order for it to recharge. And in that case, that is actually a good idea, because it makes it much more, whatever, I would say leveled, but, you know, balanced. There we go. I guess.
yeah.
So they kind of already went past that. We're already good, but people don't care anyway because they're like, oh, is Infinite going to have sprint? Like, oh, I hope it doesn't. I hope they get rid of it. And then the gameplay trailer comes out, shows them sprinting, and everyone's just like complaining like hell. And I'm like, what is...
And if it's open world, you want sprint.
Yeah, that's another thing I'm saying. It's an open world game. Everyone loves the idea of open world, but then they got issues with sprint. I'm like, it's an open world game, dude. You gotta want
Have you played Sky? If anyone ever have played Skyrim
See, this is the
with
other
no
thing,
fast
though.
travel, listen. If you have not played Skyrim with no fast travel except carriages, you know how tedious it is.
And that's the
to
other thing. Like,
move
so many
from
people
city A to B.
would like bring that up. They'll be like, "Oh, what about the older open world games like Fallout and stuff like that? It didn't have sprint." I'm like, "That's why I added sprint as a mod, because I thought it'd be much more better." Literally, in Fallout New Vegas, I added a sprint mod because I wanted to move faster.
There's no sprint in that game.
No, there isn't sprint in New Vegas. You have to mod it in.
Why?
It is what it is.
But yeah,
You're just walking fast and slowing down, so if you hold like shift or whatever, it just makes you like walk slow. Normally. But the other
I
thing,
think Oblivion has the same thing. Like you're always running fast.
yeah, it's essentially that, just like walking fast, and then you just like hold a button and it just makes you walk slow. Which
The Oblivion is kind of fucking broken when it came to that game.
Aren't all Elder Scrolls games broken?
Yeah, but in the sense that in like Skyrim, you have to find a place to be able to fast travel. In Oblivion, you had all the major cities already unlocked from start.
Okay, yeah, that is kind of broken.
Like, I get it if you get, like, say, at least the first time, like, where you come out from the sewers in the beginning, from the tutorial. Like, that I can understand is open, but, like, oh, you need to go to Kavach and say the comes there. Like, oh, but I can just jump there. Yeah, but that's not the point. You should not do that. Exploring is important, but, like, I can jump here, it goes faster.
Oh god, I was gonna. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun.
Are you gonna fast travel?
No, but so the thing though, when it comes down to Infinite, I don't really know how all that's gonna work. I just know in general that I don't know. I mean, hold on.
Are you gonna make
I'm
like an
try.
RPG style of game or something?
I mean, no, I'm not gonna do that. I mean, there are ways where you can sneak up on folks, but there's reasons for that. Hold on, I'm trying to grab some pictures to show. Map.
So
There we go.
that probably wouldn't mind me if they made an Halo game that was like an RPG.
I
Only
mean,
because I
they
love
I wouldn't say they kinda did. I mean, the only thing they've done so far is they've made RTS games, which is Halo Wars, and then they've made the over-the-top twin-stick shooter, which was the Spartan Assault and Spartan Strike games. Copy image. Let's see if this works. Nope, that does not work. I have to literally grab it. That's annoying. Alright. Anyway. So the way obviously a lot of people see, it's like, oh hey, we have open world and everything. There's a sort of low. Oh god dang it! We're doing this again. Oh my god! Every time I find an image, freaking Google over here is like, oh, I'm gonna turn it into a WebP. I'm not gonna give you the full image. I'm like, you are such jerks.
Ha.
Like, all I want is to just get this good picture. But no, it says WebP.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's kind of sad that the only shooter game that is an RPG is Fallout. Like, that's the only one I know with like a... I wouldn't say decent because I don't like Fallout, but like...
Okay. Oh shit, I just put in the freaking... Alright, that's not where I wanted it. Oh no?
How's it going for you?
Where did it put this in? Oh.
I don't know.
They put in that folder. That's not what it's supposed to be in. I'm having so many issues. So many issues. All because I'm trying to do this. Great podcast, everybody. And this is only for the visual people. So, ain't that a fun time? Okay, so anyway. When it comes down to the open world deal, we're gonna have stuff... Like, hold on. Are you serious? I can't do that anymore? Remember, you can like drag and drop a picture onto here, but now it won't let me do that. It won't let me drag and drop a picture onto Streamlabs. What the hell? Seriously? What the hell? Can you mute your mic when you do that?
I was just dying.
Yeah, I know, but you cough as if like you're screaming into the mic insanely badly.
Well, that's Skype for you.
Yeah, but it's a thing called mute your mic when you cough.
I wasn't expected to cough there, but I don't have Skype open.
You can put it on a hotkey. Anyway, there
I
we go.
don't do hotkeys.
Do it. Be a nice guy.
No, I'm not a nice guy.
Clearly not. Anyway. So here's the thing for people to see. Trying to just get it full screen. No, OBS, stop being such a jerk. I hate when I try to like do the like drag it, and it's like, whoop. Like that is so stupid. Stretch the screen. There we go. Anyway,
like
there we
it's
go.
lagging stuck. When
It's not
to
even lagging.
move it.
It's just like I try to like grab the edge and like expand it, but it just like just like just goes way over the boundaries. Anyway, this is the picture for the attack map to like show like everything overhead, and you kind of can't see it fully. This time I'm actually purposely trying to get it to go bigger. So I mean, you can kind of see some stuff that you can do. Mainly just taking out like little whatever anti-air guns or like batteries or something. I don't see the other part, but there are parts where you can like go save Marines or something and everything like that. So there is that kind of stuff. And then there's the part where everybody loves, which I don't know. It's a meme. It's Craig. It's the meme of Craig, which is basically just a brute that... It was a very quick point. It was a very quick point to just be like, you know, he walks up and just punches the guy. But he got so close that people just like paused it at the perfect frame to see this. And it was just... it was just kind of funny, honestly, to see that.
Oh yeah, this is why I have a life.
Right. But anyway, so when it comes down to Halo Infinite, though, there's a lot of deals that people don't really know when it comes down to it, like some issues. Obviously, one of the issues that people are going on about is graphically, it's not entirely impressive. Like when you come down to this Xbox Series X being like the most powerful console, that game itself doesn't look very impressive. Especially, you know, like one of the main games of Xbox. And then I try to mention this to some people, and they're just like, why does it matter if it's graphically impressive? The game doesn't need to be. And I'm like, yeah, it doesn't need to be, but I'm saying when you have a launch title of a console, something that the main reason why someone wants to get this console isn't very impressive looking, what's the sense? And also, what's the sense of getting the console if on it won't look as good? Because then you have, because the game is coming out on the original Xbox, on the original Xbox One, on Series X, and on PC. Thinking, stop yawning at me.
I'm tired.
Well, so
And have a
stifle your yawns.
No.
You got issues. Anyway.
No. I don't have issues. I didn't kill him. He fell down the stairs.
It's bad enough that is your excuse to everything, and I don't understand how is that an excuse to something like, you know, just anything random. That's your immediate excuse.
I'm
Just randomly, if you were just in a house and someone's like, did you eat the last bit of the cookies or something? And they're just like, no, I didn't kill him. He fell down the stairs. Like, the fuck are you talking about? Like, all I asked was, did you eat the cookies? Not about that. I'm pretty sure you would get yourself thrown in a jail cell faster than anything for a random cop pulling you over just to be like, hey, your tail light's out. But instead you tell them that and it gets you thrown in jail.
They're like, when they will fucking from it to an asylum, they'll be like, yeah, no, if I need mental health.
Pretty much, something's going on with you. We got all that. I would say more when it comes down to it, but honestly, if people want to know my reaction to it and any other type of reaction, I'm editing a reaction to it right now. The only reason why it's taking so long is because it's the full Xbox showcase that I'm editing, not just the Infinite trailers. So,
so are you gonna split them? Are you gonna split the Infinite out its own video or something?
No, it's all gonna be together.
Oh.
So, no use in splitting it. I mean, Infinite's literally the first trailer, so people don't want to watch the rest. They can just watch that bit, then just stop if they wanted.
So, oh yeah, and also timestamp the stuff that's like, because
it
can be
I'll
like,
timestamp it.
Like, oh, if you want to watch this video or do you want to watch this game, it's on this time.
Did you see how YouTube has that feature now? Like, it's slowly rolling out to people. Like, no, there's a slow rolling out thing to where if people timestamp in the description, so they put like the different stamps in the description, it'll show on the video player, like on where, you know, the bar where you can skip to wherever, it has segmented parts of the video bar to show you those individual timestamps. Like from where you put the stamp to where the next stamp is. Like there's segmented bars. It's rolling out slowly to where people can do that on their own videos, and then to people who can actually see that. Like I've seen it on a few videos and it's just like, I kind of wish I had that because that'd be very useful.
So it's gonna be only for the uploader then?
No, I mean, it's for both. I'm saying in general that it's like, for some people, they can't do it if they go to their own video, edit the description, put in timestamps. It won't show for anyone, in general, for some people right now. And then for other people, it'll show that. And then some people in general just can't see it.
Why? Why?
YouTube.
Like, the last part sounds dumb, like...
Well, I'm saying in general people can't see it, and just like it's a slow rolling feature. That part is going fast to where people can see it, like just see the segmented stuff. Yeah. But then there's the part where people are uploading it.
But why isn't that the first thing? Like, okay, so few people get this thing, but the rest of you get this thing so you can see it. Nope, only some of you. What is it with YouTube being dumb?
Watch the podcast, everybody. You watch the other episodes, you'll know why YouTube is dumb. Because we trash it horrendously.
No. Yeah, but do we still know why it's dumb? No.
No, we just keep yelling at it. We keep yelling at them to be better, but they're just like, oh, this thing. Just like, oh my god.
No. You need to fix it. You need to fix it.
Look at this new feature.
Like, no, not the new thing.
It's just like, hey, you have this broken feature right here. You mind trying to fix that? It's like, oh okay, we'll look into that. 2 days later, hey, so we wrote out this new feature. Is this good for you guys? Like, what about the thing we were just telling you about? It's like, oh, we're working on that. Like, we're just giving you this new feature. It's like, when'd you start that feature? Like, I mean, about around the same time you asked us to do that thing. It's like, so the entire time you could have been fixing, you just decided to make something new. Because again, that's usually how it works. Like you just said, it's like, yeah, we just got bored. We started doing something else.
I feel like that it's YouTube is like, I was bored for the last 10 minutes. Here, have this.
Kind of explains my editing. I just start editing something, I get bored and do something else. It's like, I'm getting bored editing this one video. Let me go make a new video to edit. And then I don't edit.
So you're basically YouTube.
No, I'm not stupid. I'm just lazy, but I'm not stupid.
Debatable.
I don't know. Other than that, there's something else I was going to talk about related, but I don't remember.
I have a silver or glitter on my hand.
Good for you. Yeah, okay. Another thing I have to ask when it comes down to it is like, sure, we have the games, like, especially for Xbox, like they're saying like their launch titles aren't going to be limited to just the Series X, because Xbox isn't just a console. Like, you know, PlayStation, for example, they're limiting themselves as just a console. That's it. They don't want it to be anything else.
Yeah, because the main focus about Sony, I think, is it the phones they're focusing most on?
Well, it's not really Sony, because PlayStation has its own deals. Like, Sony's just the brand, and then you have PlayStation being the action. I mean, yeah, Sony can tell PlayStation what to do, but it's more so that PlayStation still has
basically use the hardware stuff. The rest PlayStation did. So like, Sony is basically the hardware.
Well, I mean, no, because obviously you have the whole Sony thing. Like, you have Sony hardware, you have Sony Entertainment, which can make the movies or games or whatever. Like, and
then you have already Sony is just the cunt that takes you videos, because they take the music that you can't stop.
Yeah, you can't do a thing about. And then you have the people who decide to copyright the person who makes the music.
If you're gonna stream Death Stranding,
oh well,
you're gonna get copyright claims.
Well, gee, I wonder why it plays songs every like few minutes, every mission start. It's like, oh hey, you have these cutscenes. Then you go into the mission, it's like, let me play you this song. It's like, I love the songs, but damn it.
Even Forsell was so said that, yeah, this is wrong. We don't want this.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't care because I don't get money to begin with. So who cares if I get a copyright claim? And even if in the future, if like say if my channel was to get big enough to where I'd have plenty of views, people go back and watch it quite a bit, it still doesn't matter because in that sense, I don't care.
Like,
I'm not really trying to make YouTube a paid platform. I'd rather have the streaming stuff be the paid stuff, not the videos. Because I don't really care for the videos. I'm not saying I don't care to make the videos. I'm saying I don't care for the videos to be paid for. That's not their intent.
How's it going with your explanation?
Clearly terrible, because it makes me look like like I don't give a shit. I mean, granted, it seems that way considering all I do is stream these days.
I mean,
But it's not that. It's just there's no creativity involved in the videos anymore.
I think you basically
I suck at making videos. I'm good at editing them. All right. That's the reason why I don't edit my own videos, is because the creativity in them sucks. If it's someone else's video, I'm up for it. Because half the time, they're actually more creative than me, so it's more fun. It's more fun to edit.
Meow.
No. Back to what I was saying, though. Yeah. I don't see how when it comes to Xbox, because that's how they're going to do their launch titles. But, we'll say Halo, for example. You have 3 different devices it's going to release on. Again, original Xbox, Series X, PC. How's that going to work out? Because they've said it themselves that both PC and Series X will be having 4K 120 FPS. That is their goal. However, how is the original Xbox going to fare in this sense? Because you have 3 different models, which, by the way, they're discontinuing Xbox One X. They are very confident in their new console, apparently. So they're discontinuing the X. And then you have the 1S Digital, I think, is getting discontinued. I'm like, you just made that. So.
Oh, sad is getting.
Sad's getting discontinued. How sad. I think it's the digital. It could be just the disc version. I don't remember which. And the original console, I believe, has already been discontinued for the longest time. So whatever. But yeah, I still have the original Xbox One. I never upgraded. And I actually am upset about that because now I have an HDR monitor and I can't use it for Xbox because they enabled HDR on the S. So I'd have to upgrade to the S in order just to do that. I'm like, well, that's upsetting. But regardless, yeah, how's it graphically going to work though? Because if you think about it, they're talking like Halo or like any of the new games, like they use the hardware of like say PC or Series X to specifically break the boundaries of what they could do before. So it's like, wouldn't that mean you're limiting yourselves by putting it on the previous console? I mean, in a way, it's like what Destiny did with, like, you know, they put their games on the 360 and PS3, and then they discontinued it once they moved on to Destiny 2 to go to next gen only, which is now current gen, but yeah. So, I guess, but it makes no sense in the long run. I don't get it. Any thoughts?
My hair is fluffy.
See, this is it. It's a one-sided conversation with every single thing we talk about. I say something for a long time, and he's just like sitting there playing with his hair. He says something for a long time, and I think it's boring as hell because half the time we don't really share the same thing for most of the stuff we do.
So how does
he's a
it go?
crazy
We have a
assassin.
podcast.
I don't know. How are we friends? Either. I mean, he sits over there talking crazy about Assassin's Creed, and I could give less of a shit. There's only 2 games so far that I even think are even that good, and that's the latest ones. And then
And the latest one is not even released yet because it's like.
well, I'm
3 months
not
old?
counting it. I'm not counting it as the latest one because it's not released yet.
Well,
I'm just counting Origins and Odyssey, and those are the only 2 I deem even good. The rest I think are actually kind of terrible.
yeah, I have not watched anything about Valhalla yet, so I
Me
can't
either.
say.
But last thing I was gonna mention on another thing, it wasn't about that. There was something else. Darn it. Oh, Infinite, I think. Shit,
Yeah,
I was gonna mention 2 things. One, remember how before I was always complaining so crazily about how they took split screen co-op out?
Yeah.
They're bringing it back, thankfully. They did confirm split screen co-op is coming back.
But you can only use one controller.
That wouldn't make any sense. But no, they are bringing it back, thankfully. They were idiots for taking out a 5. So, thankfully, they're bringing that back. That's good.
Should you just update? Couldn't they just re-implement the idea of split screen to 5?
No, it's an engine limitation. They changed up the engine so much to the point to where split screen would break their constantly running 60 FPS. That was their thing, they said. They're like, oh, we can't have Halo 5 have split screen because we created the engine to produce a static 60 FPS. And if you put in split screen, it goes down to 30. So we can't do it.
Who cares?
I know, who cares? Let the split screen people have their 60 FPS.
I get
Let the couch people have their fun.
If you had removed split screen a long time ago, people probably wouldn't be like, oh, okay.
Well, that's
makes
the thing.
sense
I mean,
now,
classic
like,
Halo, that's all it was. That was the beauty. Split screen, co-op. That was the fun of it.
Also, back then,
we didn't have
people
online.
actually did go outside.
Not really. Not really. I never did. But,
Yeah.
but I mean, online. I'm saying not many people had the online, or they just like they didn't have that capability. Online co-op came in Halo 3. We had multiplayer in Halo 2, and Halo 1 had it whenever they put it on PC, but that was they didn't have it on console. The only multiplayer you got on console was through LAN or through the same console.
It was either split screen or same internet.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You can do actual online. Until 2 came out, then they introduced Xbox Live. But, yeah, there was something else I was going to mention. Remember what? Whatever, I guess I'll skip past it for now. Okay, I suppose we can go ahead and move on to... Do you want to move on to the topic you have prepared? Or do you want me to move on to the other thing that I was going to mention?
Are we talking about the Tencent stuff?
We could. We can do that.
Because that is like the most... What I've understood, what I've read is that this can affect more stuff than just the
well,
one
because
platform.
Tencent basically controls everything that I mean, it's a Chinese thing, so for people who don't know, I hate bringing it up because I don't actually like getting into politics here. I honestly don't.
No one cares about politics here.
I know, it's annoying. In any case, it's annoying. And no one really... It's not because I don't want to get political and I don't want people to get all pissed off. I don't care. I don't care about the way you feel. I care about the way I feel, and it's the feel that I don't want to talk about it. It's annoying. But we'll go for it in this conversation because it sort of affects a few things, but then it doesn't, for what I just read. But anyway, recently... Trump apparently has made a move to block anything from Tencent. This is what was said before. To block anything from Tencent, which is a Chinese, like, top company or whatever. I don't know. Like, they basically just control a lot of stuff. They also have influence in stuff like...
Stocks? Doesn't they have major
yeah.
stocks in TikTok? Isn't that the was... That was the main reason.
That was, like, the main reason, I guess, but... Still, there are many different things that are going on here. I mean, yeah, you got TikTok. There's a WeChat, whatever the hell that is. And then, I don't know, it's a thing called WeChat.
A Japanese thing?
I don't know. That's one thing. And then you have another one, with the other things. Tencent is also in control of Activision. Anything Activision related, Tencent is a part of. That's not a joke, that's serious. Because if you actually have let's say, for example, Call of Duty Mobile... If you have that, if you go to the folder, say if you have Android, you won't be able to see it on iOS, but on Android, if you go into the folders that it puts onto your phone, like in the Android data, OBB, whatever, the folder is literally called Tencent, because they are the ones that control that. It's their deal. Tencent's one of the issues with Activision. Why people don't like Activision. It's Tencent. They're the issue.
Yeah, that and they are sellouts. Like they would do anything for money.
Which is why they have Tencent. But the thing about Tencent, though, is that they are trying to, they branch out to go to American companies or Europe, whatever, just any other region companies to get more money into China. Like, that is their goal, I think. So, or it's, I don't know, it's something like that.
And
but
and then they have the laws in China.
I mean,
that
that's kind of the reason why they're doing it, is because of the laws in China, because China's so restricted and so censored that they can't really make a lot of money off of the stuff that they would do just locally. They need to branch out into other countries to get money from all of them to bring back into China. It's really the only way it works.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it again, oh wow, my drink's already out. That's great. Anyway, so you have that. You have anything Activision based, so Call of Duty, pretty sure anything Blizzard based too, so Overwatch, Warcraft, Diablo.
Didn't they have in Riot Games also? I think they talked about Riot. Someone mentioned Riot Games.
I don't even know what Riot Games. What?
They did League.
Oh yeah, League. I was about to mention that because I don't know the company that does League. Because honestly, I don't care for League. League is horrible. So anyway, League of Legends. There's the other thing that is also affected. You have all that kind of stuff, and people for the longest time were just like, so if he gets rid of anything Tencent related, that means all these games are gonna be affected here, in America at least.
Yeah, but just because he has a vendetta against one thing,
China. Yeah, anything Chinese he hates, apparently.
Spyware.
Yeah, I mean, granted, he's not wrong, which is surprising.
Yeah,
but he's not wrong, because honestly, Tencent is actually not a very trustworthy company.
No company is trustworthy.
Well, yes, but I'm saying in general with them, they're really not, because they throw a bunch of issues. I mean,
but also, for people know, yes, we said we don't like political, but for people not knowing why he does it, it's because TikTok, because someone disturbed a rally.
I don't actually know the reason. I mean, let me.
That's the main reason. So TikTok was the main reason. Because someone filmed something at a Trump rally.
Hmm.
And you know.
Oh, yeah, Riot Games made Valorant too.
They did?
Oh, yep, they made Valorant, Mutant Year
Zero,
Conan Exiles.
Riot made a Conan? Huh!
Oh, no. Oh, wait, hold on. Mutant Year Zero and Conan Exiles publisher Funcom. So it affects Funcom. They're the ones who made that. Yeah, okay, here we go. Tencent holds major stakes in Path of Exile, developer Grinding Gear Games, Clash of Clans and Clash Royale developer Supercell, that makes a lot of sense, and 40% stake in Fortnite and Unreal Engine, the developer of Epic Games. They have 40% stakes in there. And then, of course, Activision, Blizzard,
when you
Ubisoft,
buy that
Frontier
skin
Development
with your V-Bucks, remember that.
They're
watched.
Paradox Interactive, Jaeger Development, Frontier Development, Marble, Capital Investment, Platinum Games, all that kind of stuff.
Can you just say something they don't own?
It's impossible. So yeah, apparently, what it says here is that they were wanting to, says that they're trying to ban Americans from completing transactions with Chinese conglomerate Tencent and Chinese company ByteDance. So basically we have, what they're wanting is like, when it comes to Tencent's messaging app WeChat and ByteDance's social thing TikTok. ByteDance is TikTok, Tencent WeChat. But apparently,
what the fuck is WeChat?
I don't know. Let me
this is the
search
first
this
time
up.
I
Let
heard
me
about.
search
I
this
know
up.
what TikTok
I have
is.
no idea what it is either.
Like TikTok, I know what it is because it's a dumb thing.
Yeah, because everybody loves it. WeChat, let's see. Yes, I know. My God, they're on about it.
Yeah, they're gonna send your info.
Good thing I
We know.
don't have my VPN on, sadly. I don't have it on because of issues. Anyway, I'll turn it back on later. But anyway, WeChat apparently just looks like another video chat thing. Literally the picture is just a phone. It has like the 4 people talking, 4 stock photos that got off of Google apparently, and then you know the stuff like that.
When
That's
they
all
have
it
Google
looks like.
in China.
I don't know. No, they have whatever their alternative is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's that stuff. That's the deal. But apparently, according to this article I'm now reading,
Okay.
so
Did you say V-Chat? The name is V-Chat. V...
We, you know, W-E chat. That's it.
W?
Yeah.
What?
We.
Wee.
Yeah, we chat. Did you say we?
Yeah.
WeChat. W-E chat. Anyway, so apparently according to this article though, they have said, apparently they're saying that the video game companies owned by Tencent will not be affected, according to them.
But that's because I think most of them is...
I mean,
they're
basically it's because those
in
companies,
America.
yeah, I mean they're American companies, or they're American or European, that's fine. It's just that as long as the companies are not China-based, they don't care. So Tencent with WeChat and ByteDance with TikTok, those are China-based. So that's why they want them gone.
It's just basically a normal fucking phone app.
Essentially, it's just a random phone app.
It says this, connecting over 1 billion people with calls, chats, and more.
Again, it's just to block transactions. Like, it's not, apparently that's it. It's not actually to use the app. They're not banning the use of those apps. They're banning transactions, so you can't do any type of payments. So even if you're on TikTok and there's like a...
TikTok?
I'm guessing there's probably like a remove ads option or something, maybe. And I'm guessing in that case you can't do it. So it's like, hey, you want your ads gone? Well, screw you.
Like,
Can't pay.
fuck you, you're not getting any. You here, keep your ads.
We're America.
But wait, they
Ads
can't do
galore.
that because that would be a transaction. So the ads need to get removed.
No, not necessarily. A transaction is something when it's like an ad is free product placement. You can just do that. That is how America works in general anyway. So it's just product placement. You're not paying anything to see them, to see the ads. They're getting money off of it, but you're not actually seeing it, or you're not actually paying any money to them. In this case, that's all they mean by transaction, is that, you know, you have to pay money to them, and they wanted to ban that.
Hey, I want to read this review. This is a 1-star review of the WeChat.
Okay.
I have had such a disappointing experience with the application. I managed to register an account, but it was blocked for no reason immediately after my account was registered.
It was what afterwards?
It was blocked right after he registered the account.
That sucks.
He didn't want your info. It was too bad. Like, nope, he's still common. Block him. What the fuck is this?
I don't even know, but
Oh,
yeah, I mean that's
God,
kind of the thing that's going on in that sense. Like, a lot of people are getting like worried about that. Like, oh hey, these games are gonna get like issues, getting some issues now, and just like,
yeah,
no,
but
I
again,
mean, no, not really.
if they don't have 50% stock, they technically don't own the play. So if anyone has just 50% of the stock, they are the owner. Then Tencent is in there and helping, but you know.
I mean, again, if you think about Epic, for example, they have like 40% stakes. That's quite a lot. Even 10% stakes, that is actually quite a lot in terms of company like deal. So it's like, even up to
But
10,
remember,
that's a lot.
Epic is weird.
They are, but still, I'm not really against them like most people. Most people are going crazy when it comes down to Epic, like, oh god, it's so horrible, and I'm like, whatever.
Like, here's the main issue: is that they made Fortnite. Like, that's what people have the issues with.
I mean, that I understand, but I'm saying the store-wise, I don't care too much. Which, of course, the earlier thing was like saying that the Epic Store had like that spyware that installs straight to it. It's like a DLL or something that's like spyware or whatever. I forgot
No
what it's called.
shit.
Well, I'm saying in general that
Everything
was.
is-
I'm just saying in general that's what everybody was going crazy about. Like, oh hey, they have this and Steam doesn't have spyware. I was like, yep, they don't have
Yeah, I think we
spyware,
talked about this.
but they do have the. Yeah, we've talked about it before on a previous episode, but.
Yeah, and I think I said it at the same time last time. Discord does the same thing. They read your data, then they sell it.
Well, everyone
So they-
sells your data.
Yeah,
That is kind of
Unless
how
you're
that works.
Facebook, then you just sell every data, that even the stuff you're not allowed to sell.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure
I
there
wonder if
was...
Tencent is in Facebook too.
Likely. Tencent's in everything. They got their hands on everything.
They're like, oh, this looks interesting. Hey, can I buy that? Like, no. You get some cash.
Mm.
Here, have a candy.
Yeah, one thing that just came to my mind I want to mention real quick. We mentioned before about me playing Death Stranding, and again, still considering on the stream thing. That's my own little thing I'll think about, because again, it's either me just playing it or streaming it. Technical issue with that one, that's why. But mentioning this now because I'm taking back an opinion I had before. I have previously.
Oh yeah, you trashed the game
I trashed
before.
it before, and the only reason why I did is because I thought the premise was stupid. I still kind of do, but it's not as bad as I thought it was.
The premise is stupid, but it kind of worked because it's more of a relaxing style of game instead of like.
Yeah, I mean, me, I just thought it was like, oh hey, there was not much story to it. It was basically just, I mean, yeah, there was a story, but it was more like an expanded type of story, not like it's in your face story like most games. It's the point that it was just like, oh hey, you go across the place delivering packages. That's the point of the game, mainly. That's kind of how I thought. Because honestly, every single thing I looked at pointed to that. Where it's just, it's a walking simulator.
Even the memes.
Yeah. It just got to the point where it was like really kind of dumb.
But who doesn't want to play as a delivery guy?
But I mean, in reality,
and
the more I played
Troy
it,
in the game.
as I played,
you're gonna love Troy.
Dude, look who you're talking to. I already have a bias.
I know
that's
Troy. Like you have. I
could
know
be in a
about
terrible
your
game.
Poster.
No, you don't. It could be in a terrible game, and I would enjoy his role because most of the time he does pretty good, even in terrible games. Like RE6,
Do you
for
think
example.
you would have played the Death Stranding even if you enjoyed it just to see how he was as
I would
a character?
probably watch playthroughs just to see how he was as the character. But
But
then
yeah,
again,
you would
the
love
thing
his
is,
character.
I probably wouldn't have even bought Death Stranding. I was never planning to buy it. The thing about it is that I got it free with my graphics card. There was a deal that was going on for, like, if you buy the new RTX graphics cards, I think it's still going on now, but if you buy one, you get Death Stranding for free. I didn't know that when I bought it, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that. I go to check an email, and there it was, sitting there. It's like, oh hey, sweet, I got it. Got Death Stranding for free. That's the only reason why I'm playing it, because I got it for free. Not playing it, I would never have bought it otherwise. Only because of my previous thoughts. I thought it would be good. And as a follow-up to another topic, I also got Assassin's Creed Valhalla for free with my processor. They just gave me the pre-order code for free. So I have it.
Huh.
Ready to go whenever. Well, it's not really the pre-order code, it's more so I got it, I registered it on the AMD website, and they say that they'll email me whenever the game comes out with my Steam code. Or Ubisoft code, or whatever.
I think you're gonna get a
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a Uplay code, and it might transfer over to Epic. Or Steam. Either way, it'll go somewhere. Or it could just be through Uplay, I don't really care.
I think Uplay has their own launcher, yes.
I mean, yeah, but that's the thing. If you buy an Ubisoft game off of Steam or Epic, Uplay has to be installed too, because it reroutes it to there. So, it's a thing.
So you need Uplay either way, no matter what.
Yep.
That's kind of a trash thing to do.
Kinda.
But yeah.
So, yeah, about Valhalla. Here's the thing, though. We'll get into your bit here in just a second. So, again, I have not watched anything about it. You say you haven't watched anything about it.
I just happen to know stuff.
I think, actually, they had a Valhalla trailer in the Xbox showcase. I don't think they did. But I think they did? I don't remember. I remember there's something somewhere about a Valhalla trailer. Maybe it was in the PS5 showcase, but I didn't watch that.
I know PlayStation uploads like I've seen like 6 trailers this far from on PlayStation's YouTube channel.
I mean, I have no idea, but it could be there. But all I do know, obviously from the key art and everything else, is obviously Vikings and
God, I kind of fell in love already. The moment there was like Vikings, the moment I heard the name, I was like, tell me more.
Obviously, with Valhalla, that immediately tells you Norse.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense of what they're going for, because basically, as they went to Origins, they've gone from Egyptian mythology to Greek mythology. Now they're going to
they kind of done Roman a little bit.
A little bit. I mean, it makes sense because they're kind of like the same thing, but a little bit shifted.
Yeah, they did that in the SEO collection a little bit, like in the, even if it's a Christian story, but more of a Christian line.
Well, that's because that's a lot of where Roman came. That's why it was called Roman Catholic, because it's like the whole Christian thing came a lot from Roman in the beginning. Like in the beginning, they were kind of like a mixture almost. Kind of put it together, in a way, but later they shifted it. But again, anyway, I don't know what the hell I just said. I was trying to say anyway, and then I said again, so I'm like, again away.
Again away.
Again away.
Sounds like a terrible soda or something. Like, it's like a terrible, like, off-brand soda.
No, more like a sale going on, just like, come to Again Away to get 50% off of this thing.
Like, nope, thank you, I'd rather go to Walmart.
I don't think I would. Walmart sucks. So there's that. I mean, I'm just trying to speculate what else they're going to go for. I mentioned before the podcast that they might try to shift into Chinese mythology, and you said they've kind of already done that. I'm like, well, I feel like they only really did that in the Assassin's Creed Chronicles, because they did that. They did India and Russia and all that other stuff, but I don't really think it counts. I don't think it counts in that sense. And they can have whoever they want for the next game, but I'm like, I feel like they would go into Chinese mythology because it is a huge thing. Even Japanese mythology, they're different.
Well, yeah, I really want the Japanese storyline with samurais, because
I think Japanese would be pretty nice. I mean, granted, if you do that, you're gonna get into some Ghost of Tsushima territory, kinda. I don't think it has anything to do with mythology, but if you're gonna go into samurais and stuff, it's like you're pretty close.
Yeah, it's gonna you're probably gonna come from some like. You're probably gonna have like, they're gonna make it like you're a fucking cunt that's raised by a samurai family, but your real family is like ninjas or something. Like,
I plan to buy Tsushima, but I have to get my card back first. Random short story. Somebody got into. It seems like somebody got in my card. It was just one purchase. It was a very small purchase, so I don't care if I get the money back. I just locked in and told them to change the number on the card, so I had to wait for a new one to come in. So, regardless, there's that short story. I can't access any of my money right now. I got a few out.
You took out like 200 and that's it?
I took out 400, but 200's going to a bill. It's going to bills.
Yeah, so
200 myself.
So, if you want to buy a game at the moment, actually you should probably go to Tsushima.
What I could do is go get the physical edition of it, if there's one around here. Or I can literally just go put that money towards a PSN card, like a PlayStation Store card, just so grab credit and then do that. I could. It's not an issue. If I wanted the digital.
But if you get the digital on PlayStation, wait, this is PlayStation only. If you do, I want your account.
There's something kind of weird about that. Just like, if I want your account.
It's not that I'm robbing you or anything, but
just get the game yourself.
I'm planning to, but it's too expensive at the moment.
I mean, you're not wrong. It's $60 here, so.
So I mean, even if you get a digital, I'd rather steal your account as you have mine.
True. I mean, the only reason why you don't have mine is because really these days my internet doesn't go off as much, but there will be a time when it will, and it's just like, I like to have my games around, especially because I have, for example, Last of Us 2 on there, and it's like, I'd want to be able to play those games, you know. Like, as soon as I can, rather than it be going off in there. Good thing with PlayStation, though, they don't have a limit. That's the one thing I like. They don't have a limit on how many times you can switch the account around. Like, oh, hey, this is your primary, this is your primary. There is no limit. Xbox has a limit. They have, like, every... What is it? You want to do, like, 3 times per year, I think? Or 2 times per year? I don't remember what it was. Like, you only do it a few times per year, and then you're no longer allowed to switch it again.
Until like a year after the last Switch or the first Switch?
Yeah, the last Switch. So, basically, what happened to me and my brother is that he had it on his Xbox, then he gave me his games, and then after a while, because, you know, some stuff happened, but he took the games back for a little while, and gave it to his friend to use for a bit, which I was okay with, because, I mean, honestly, I didn't really play him much anymore. So, he did that, and then later he went ahead and let me have it. His friend got it back, and then after that happened, it locked. Or something like that. Like, in one of those cases, it got locked to where I couldn't get the games back for a little bit. It's like, well, I'm kind of stuck with this. Like, darn it. I mean, honestly, he had most of the Call of Duty games, which, no problem now, I have the latest. I have Modern Warfare, so, whatever. And I don't play it.
And, again, the Modern Warfare storyline, in my opinion, is great.
Okay, I did mention before... I did mention before when I was talking about those that I don't care too much for Infinite Warfare. It's like, the new one. The new one, I do like the story. I do like the new one story. It's got some issues, like, but I like it.
Like, where do we count this? Is this a sequel, or is this a...
It's a reboot.
Well, it's not even a reboot.
It's a spiritual... No, it is. It's a spiritual reboot. Like, it's the point to say that it's... Or a soft reboot, in a sense. Basically, a hard reboot would be like...
It's more of an
using
origin
the same
story.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying in general that the hard reboot would be in a sense to where it's like you have none of the old characters. It's all taking place in the same time, but new stuff. Like, let's say World War II. That was a hard reboot from War to War. That's a hard reboot. While Modern Warfare is a soft one, so it reboots into the same story, but some different things are playing out.
How old is Price?
Fuck if I know.
Is it in one of the old games also? Is it like...
I mean, he's like, in the area of the older ones of the Modern Warfares, but he's not in any of the World War stuff.
Isn't there a picture? I remember a picture that showed like he was in the World War II ones, because it was like he looked so similar. And it was like,
okay, he is. If I can find out.
Because he was a sergeant in Modern Warfare. In Modern Warfare, when you play as the, I think it's a sergeant in the 1970 mission where you go the sniper mission.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't actually say his age.
He's a time traveler.
Yeah, but there's nothing here that says his age, I don't think.
Is that classified? I mean...
John Price, maybe? On the Call of Duty wiki? Let's see.
Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah,
John
I'm saying
Price.
if that's like a thing. It shows his rank, which... Oh.
It's captain.
Yeah, it's captain. I mean, beforehand he was lieutenant in 96.
Was that the one where you did sniper mission?
Maybe. Yeah, it doesn't say his age. We'll just say he's late 40s, maybe?
I don't know, Modern Warfare 3 is kind of...
Late 50s?
I would say more 50s than 40s. I feel like he's 40 in the first game. In the first Modern Warfare.
Well, in this case, it would still be the same amount in the new one. I mean, they could have changed up his age anyway, but it's still been the same because the first Modern Warfare and then this one...
But so basically, what would he would be like 50 at this point now because Modern Warfare 3 is the latest. And he...
well, again, it is the soft reboot, so they could just wipe out all their other stories, but introduce these new characters in a new way. Because, I mean,
this was basically just... I mean, they literally just made a what's it called? Origin story of Task Force 141.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they made this game out to be, but at the same time, it's a little bit different. I mean, if you think about it, for example, the reason why I also saw Reboot is because Gaz, you know, people, I don't see anyone complaining about it because there's no reason to complain about it. It's perfectly fine. But, you know,
I like Gaz.
Yeah, but I'm saying in Modern Warfare, you know, he was white, like the Call of Duty 4, and he's black in this one. It's like, I mean, hey, that's cool. But the point being
was Gaz in Modern Warfare? In the third Modern Warfare?
Yeah, it was in the first one.
Was it?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah. Yes, Gaz was in the first one.
Are you sure about that?
Yes! Why are you raising your
Are
voice?
you really sure about
that? No, seriously. Gaz was in it.
I remember Gaz.
Yes.
But this is his real name. Because they did then use its real name in...
Completely for Kyle. Kyle Garrick.
No one care about Kyle. Kyle is a cunt.
Say for example...
That sounds wrong when... with...
Yeah, it kind of does. Alright. I'm going to send this to you, but this is what Gaz used to look like.
Oh, yeah, I see. He's white.
Yep. And then you have the new one, which is, you know, that one. Same person. Suffer, but all cool. I actually like Gaz's character. I don't really think they fleshed him out too much in the older games, but now, of course, you know, he has a character.
I think he
so it's like,
no,
you know, it's all
in
good.
the second game, he kind of was like a main side character.
I think
like
in the second
he was
game, like, I don't really know. I don't really remember too much about Gaz in the second game.
Yeah,
but
he was mostly like he was your like he helped you in most mission when you played as
Roach.
What is the name? The cunt
Roach.
that dies. Yeah. That most of those missions he was always.
I don't remember Gaz in there. I just remember McTavish.
Yeah, but that's Soap. Everyone remembers Soap.
Yeah. But regardless, I don't remember much about Gaz in the first games. But of course, you know, they made him a main character in the new games like that. I'm perfectly okay with that. Actually, gave him more character to work with. Anyway,
It was apparently a major character in the first game.
I wouldn't know.
Pursued by Imran Sakhayev death.
Yeah, I don't know. Because
Gas
it's been a
being
little bit.
shot in the head by Imran Sakhayev.
I don't remember. Anyway.
Nor do I. What?
What was I gonna mention? Yeah, nothing about Modern Warfare when it comes down to it. I'm definitely not grabbing that on PC. Not the main game, and I'm not grabbing Warzone on it because 130. Ouch. Well, most people died by Modern Warfare 3. Like most of the people did die. I mean, here's your spoiler warning for the visual folks to see and for audio, I guess. If you haven't played Modern Warfare 3, it's been many years, so, you know, whatever. But, yeah, plenty of people died. Soap, for example.
There was a gas in Modern Warfare 2 also. So he died. This storyline is broken!
Wasn't it gas in Modern Warfare 2?
It was a gas!
When? I remember there being a gas in Modern Warfare 2.
I remember gas.
Oh, Gaz. I thought you said gas. Like, there isn't a gas. But, yeah, Gaz was in it, yes. I told you that.
Yeah, but it died in the first game. So who's the...
I don't know about that, but...
It listed in the fandom Wikipedia that he died by getting shot in the head by Imran Sakhayev.
Okay. Maybe you're thinking of someone else other than Gaz. I mean, you have that, you have Ghost, and then you have other folks. Maybe in this case, Ghost is Gaz in the old one.
No, Ghost is Ghost. Ghost is everyone. Ghost is Ghost. Ghost can't be Gaz. Does that mean that... must be...
Well, that's a thing in the new one. No spoiler.
Yeah,
people
but I'm
were
thinking
thinking...
about 2.
Okay, but I'm saying also in the new one, people were thinking that Ghost is Alex. That's what people were trying to theorize that as, that Ghost will be Alex. That's a lot of people's theory.
Nope, his name is Simon.
It's a cover name. Simon Riley is just a cover name, not the actual name. That's the point. That's why you make that. People don't put real names down if you're trying to cover. And Ghost never takes his mask off. And no one knows his backstory. That's what they say in the end cutscene, is that no one knows his backstory. Because, yeah, again, it's a cover-up. So again, Ghost can be Alex in the new one. And maybe in the last one, could have been Gaz if he wasn't around. I don't know, because I haven't really paid attention to it. But that could have been the cover-up for Gaz in the back. Or it could just be another guy at that point. But in this case, which would suck because I'm on for 2, Ghost Eye's there, so, you know. Still. Maybe we have Ghost 2. No. Anyway, spoiler off.
I don't think it's what you're saying, because it says his past. He's born as Simon Riley.
Well, if you're looking at the Model for 2 thing, that's its own thing. We're not talking about that right now. Again, cover up. Even if you're looking at a wiki page or whatever, still
But
could be a cover-up.
actually, that wouldn't work because Alex is a playable operator in.
Sure, yeah, but it's a playable operator. It's just a skin.
And
It's just a
so-
model. It's not an actual person. It's not like they actually introduced him back into the story. You can play as him. That's like saying if they try to introduce Alex Mason, like they brought in a Treyarch character into it as an operator, that he's part of the story. He's not. He's just a playable character. That's all that they're doing with Alex.
Price is also in the game now after
Okay.
season 4.
Well, okay, yeah, he's an actual part of the story character, but they haven't introduced Alex as a story character within that area. So all I'm saying is maybe Ghost is actually Alex later. But that's his thing of coming back. You don't know. No one knows. A theory. No one says it's gonna be true, but it's a theory. Well, don't subscribe to the channel then.
I don't anymore because it became terrible.
I mean, honestly, I'm pretty sure I'm still subscribed to them. I just don't actually watch them at all.
Yeah. They were good, and then it became like, yeah, you're basically like just doing spoiler stuff at this point.
They always did.
Like-
That was the idea. That's the point of that. With
Yeah,
the theories,
but
they
they
always expect
kind
you
of-
to watch it.
Yeah, but they did new. When I started watching, it was like it's more of older games. It wasn't just like every new game that came out.
Oh, that's what it. Well, I mean, that's how that works. I mean, I don't know.
They ran out of ideas.
Also, I don't know if you were louder than me this entire time, but I did just turn you down.
How dare you?
I mean, you're still in the yellows. You were peeking into the reds, while I peek in the reds sometime. I'm in like the first bar of red, while I usually get in yellow. And then you've been
I'm
kind
not.
of going straight into the reds. So you've probably been louder than me, and if that's the case, oh well.
Oh no.
It is what it is. Maybe at this point I should probably start hitting record, but I never do because I never think about it till the middle of the stream. Like, well, I probably should have done that. It is what it is.
Hey, by the way, you should have hit record before you started. Jeez.
No dare. I don't know.
I'm
Well,
checking Twitter.
I don't know. Also,
This would be more interesting stuff to talk about, like,
well, you want to go into your topic, do you not?
well, we could. Wait, what's the time? I don't know.
I don't know. It's 4:30 now.
I can see 1:30. Okay. I'm like, wait, only 1:30? What?
Hey, time goes by slowly. I mean, we don't have to do 3 hours. No one said that's our minimum. Honestly, I actually do think that's part of the reason why we don't get many views in general on these, is because we go for so long. It's kind of a bad idea. Makes no sense.
Yeah, I know. But who said we make sense? Where in the content that says we make sense?
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm saying in general, if we want anything when it comes to this podcast, 3 hours is honestly too much to begin with.
Yeah, but it would also be too little if we didn't do it like that because we would talk so much.
Well, hundreds of people do actual like hour and 50 or 2 hours and 40 or whatever. Like they don't.
What? Okay, so 20 minutes more. We can't have that. Sorry, those 20 minutes is
Well,
too
I'm
much.
not saying in general we can't have the extra 20 minutes. I'm just saying that a lot of people don't go up to 3 hours. I'm pretty sure we're one of the only people who do.
Yeah, but we also talk a lot. That's the main issue.
Well, the main issue is we ramble a lot about stupid stuff that's not even, like, the point.
Hello, Shark. Welcome to the stream. I got a comment. I didn't see that because we were busy talking, and my phone is
This is
overheating.
why you pay attention.
Pay attention. What? Do I look like I get paid?
I said pay attention, not pay money.
I'm not gonna pay anyone attention unless they're cute. Then it's a different story.
You heard it here, folks. If you want to join Swede's stream, you gotta be cute. Otherwise, he's not gonna pay attention to you. He's just going. There's some bias going on in his stream to the point to where you just, yep, no interaction at all.
Is that why? But I call you cute, so that's why.
That's why I don't pay attention to you. Maybe that's why I don't watch your streams.
I don't have face cam even.
Well, it doesn't matter about the face cam on that bit. It's when I don't watch your streams.
Because I'm not cute enough? I see how it is.
You're not entertaining enough. Haha.
Who are you, but I watch you because I'm a nice.
When's the last time you ever watched me?
Why when you stop playing games that I may want to play?
I don't have the time. A lot of the times now, it's games that you've already known about. I mean,
yeah,
Control, you're past me. You're past me in Control. You could have been around there.
No, actually, I have not even played. I played once.
Okay, but I've only played once, and I'm barely even into it.
How many hours do you have?
I don't know.
You have more hours than me. I have one.
Get the program, man.
No.
1 hour streams are not streams.
Control me.
Yeah. 1 hour streams are not streams, bro. That's a baby.
He looks more badass as a fucking black guy.
You're not wrong.
I'm saying.
we're still talking about gas here. Anyway.
Like randomly.
Just randomly just talking.
As a black guy, like.
It's like, oh, okay. That's random. But we're talking about Gaz from Oliver. Anyway. Or Garrick, if you're gonna call him by his monofair name, which I mean later they refer him as Gaz, but still. They only called him Gaz later because it was a callback. But you can still call him Garrick, I wouldn't mind.
He's still one of my favorite characters in the game. Like, he's so amazing. And then you have, or may have also. Wait, I mean he probably is.
One thing I just realized. Have you noticed that every Call of Duty has to have 2 or more characters being played? Like all the time. They just have to have that. Never understood that. I mean, in almost every single one, you play as 2 different characters.
Who do that too?
I don't know. Never played it. But
I played this one, and as far as I'm concerned, no.
I mean, in most of them, yeah. I mean, there might be other ones that don't, but I'm just thinking about a few of them. I mean, you have.
Yeah, what? You played as. You played as Price, right? No, you didn't play as Price.
If we're talking, what are we talking about? What
I'm talking about Modern Warfare, the new one.
Well, the new one you play as Alex and Garrick. So there's 2 people.
Isn't there a third you play as once? Isn't that the...
No, I think that's the only 2.
Doesn't you play as female also? A female character one?
Nope.
Yeah, you...
Oh, no, you play as her, as, I forgot her name, but her as a kid. But that's it.
Yeah, that's like the weirdest fucking
that's kind
part in the game.
Kind of a cool idea, though.
Yeah, but like, it's so weird.
Pharaoh?
Like, you used to like, oh, there's a guy there, let's shoot him. He's like...
Pharaoh? I think it's someone else. I don't know. Anyway.
I don't remember her name. She's cute, though. Not as a kid.
Pariah?
Not as a kid.
Yeah.
Pointing that out.
Platonically.
Not as a kid.
Platonically. You could say that. Anyway.
Also, that's the thing. What is it so? Why are people so? Why can you call a kid cute when they are like under 10, and it's fine, but the moment
It's
they
still
like,
not fine there.
yeah, but
It's because they don't know your intention. Like, if you're going to be saying it, like, if it's the point that if people know you, and you're saying to, like, say, a family friend, or to a family member, and, like, you say something like that, it's like, oh, cute kid, and anything like that, it's like, oh, yeah, thanks. And then when it comes to someone absolutely random, you can't say it to, because then it sounds like you're just a creep.
Yeah, why can
Which,
you...
I mean, it sort of makes sense, but at the same time, it's just like, it kind of doesn't.
It's like, but also the same, like, you can go to a fucking, but here's the thing, you can go to a strange fucking baby and be like, oh, that's a cute baby, and it's fine. But the moment they've reached a certain age, it's like, if you call it cute, you're a creep. Like, so it's okay to call a baby cute, but the same kid you can't call cute when they are 6 and 7.
Again,
Perfect.
Again, you basically sound like a perv that way.
Oh, yeah, and that's why I hate kids.
Because you can't call them cute?
No, because they're irritating, they're cunts.
Oh, way to get banned off of platforms.
Don't worry, I'm not on YouTube Kids.
That doesn't really matter. You can say that on any platform and someone's gonna... and you can get banned off of it. But of course, you're the living on the edge type of person. The edge type, the edgy. Which no one subscribes to anymore because edgy content is just, it's stupid.
And yet that's what people want. Like, they want the edgy content, but they don't want... Yes.
Where?
Yes. Do you know how many... Have you watched comedy? No, wait, you don't watch comedy because...
Yeah, because comedians suck. I don't really care for them. I watch actually good stuff, not like, somebody sitting on a freaking mic stand that is just plain idiots. Maybe somebody who actually has talent, other than people who just like have a writer write everything for them.
And almost any comedian that I watch has said that is like the thing people want isn't what they get. It's because you know how like TV wants it to be safe, but that's not what people want. They just want to be entertained, and being safe isn't always entertaining. Sometimes certain stuff like a Disney movie can be entertaining.
Like you can have like more mature content and like more like graphical stuff without it being edgy. Edgy does not mean like
yeah, but here's the
blood
thing,
and all that.
TV doesn't give a fuck if it's even if it's just borderline of being like
something like TV. I'm just saying in general that people don't really go for the edgy deal. That's not what you're talking about is not edgy. That's not what I mean by that.
No, but that's the thing, like, that's the thing. Do you know the comedians that's...
I don't know why you keep mentioning comedians. I don't watch any, so I don't know anything you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point, because they are not seen as much.
Well, so what? That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Edgy is not comedic. What you're talking about
is that... Well, it depends how you say it.
Well, most of the time, it's just like cringeworthy. It's just somebody it looks like someone's trying to... They just want attention, like just attention cravers, and those are annoying. We don't want... Who cares? We don't want to see somebody constantly craving for the attention, going nuts about it, like, oh god, I need this freaking attention. That's all it mostly is.
No, it's because people these days get, like, fucking... Let's roll into the content I want to talk about, because it barely rolls into this. Really, people get offended for anything these days, like, seriously. So, we talked about Valhalla earlier, because, you know, new Assassin's Creed.
That was offending, but anyway, we'll go and move into it.
It's people, we're talking about people.
Okay, but edgy isn't offensive, it's just stupid.
Well, it's meant to be offensive, but
it's not meant to be offensive, it's meant to be stupid. It's not meant to be
edgy is not stupid, what is... Are we talking about same edgy stuff, or are you talking about just?
Okay, what
stuff?
are you talking about when I say edgy? Like, what do you think I'm talking about?
Like
That's not
racial joke.
that's not edgy. That's not edgy.
Offensive. That's offensive stuff. That's what I've been talking about. I don't understand where you get. Like, edgy is not what I am. I'm offensive, not edgy. I tell you.
Okay, I'll go ahead and admit that I like this game, but we'll say in general of like one thing to gleam off of when it comes to edgy. Shadow the Hedgehog. Go look at that. That is edgy. Like, not the character, the game. Which, yeah, the character kind of is in most places, but
is it
the game
meant to be like a depressed
itself.
version of Sonic?
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying in general.
Exactly.
That's not
edgy.
that's not the
Depression
point.
is edgy. In this.
Not really. You can have depression without being edgy. That's not the point. I'm saying that the way he acts in a lot of areas is just edgy. I mean, the whole line of what do you say? It's like taking candy from a baby or something like that, and it's like he's taking. No, not that. It's the point that it's something like he says that to. It's like, oh hey, you see, what the fucking hell was that? I think he said more like it's like taking candy from a baby, which it is, or something. I don't know. I might be thinking about something.
How is that edgy? That is.
It's in context. It's in context. There's a bunch of stuff that comes with that. I mean, hell, you give a freaking hedgehog a gun, for Christ's sake. Like, he can kill everybody with a just freaking homing attack at somebody. He doesn't need a damn gun.
The gun is more effective and faster.
Well, again, it didn't even need gun. Okay, here's another edgy thing. Here's one thing to go for it. Is freaking Sega themselves when they were putting out the trailer. It was like, oh, hey, here's the past. They show off all these, like, Sonic trailers, the Sonic games. Like, oh, it's all cool. And they have bullet holes be sprayed all over the trailer to, and so, you know, they shoot all that around. And then they just move on to Shadow the Hedgehog as the trailer.
Are you talking about the James Bond movie at this point?
A what?
A James Bond movie?
No,
Maybe
I'm
you're
talking...
too young for that.
Am I too young? Dude, I've watched most of the James Bond movies.
I have a lot of them on DVD, so.
Well, get Blu-ray, you pleb.
I have a Blu-ray. I have Skyfall on Blu-ray.
Well, get more on Blu-ray.
I think it's Skyfall I have on Blu-ray.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead and move on to what you're on about with
yeah.
With them.
People getting easily offended, because, you know, that's always a thing. Especially when it comes to LGBT. And in games. As I said, before we started the stream, I said that, like, it's fine if you do it correctly. Like, I don't give a fuck then. Like, but if you do it wrongly and you just do it for the sake of doing it, then it's wrong. Like, how many years ago was it Overwatch came out? Do you know that? Is it 4 years ago? Yeah. Oh, it's 5 years ago.
Find that trailer.
What trailer?
The Shadow the Hedgehog one I was trying to find.
Oh. Okay, and I'm gonna just search up really quick what Overwatch is. Overwatch. Overwatch was made. Can you just give me the goddamn 5 years ago? And basically, I think a year after they released it, they basically announced that Tracer was gay.
Hmm.
People were so pissed. Like, why? Like, there's no reason.
You can watch that later.
But, like, there was no reason for her to be gay. There's no reason. There's no backstory of it. There's no, like, connection to that. And I'm like, why even bother doing that?
It was more, to me, I feel like that was more of just like a publicity thing, more than doing it for the right reasons. I mean, some people are probably, like, cool with it, like, to just be like, oh, hey, that's cool, you know, LGBT, yeah the freaking character. I can't say words right now, so apologize for that, but, you know.
Can you ever say words, I mean?
Not really.
I feel like today you've struggled a lot talking.
Well, we keep talking like crazy, and when it comes to me, I'm mainly like a introverted person who doesn't actually talk that much. More like we would probably call soft spoken or whatever. I don't really like talking all that much, which is probably the bad news for starting a podcast or streaming. 'Cause it's like I talk. There's some topics that can get me to talking like crazy, like for nonstop. There's one, but there's that, and it's just like that's fine. But then there's some areas where we'll start talking, and I'll just be like, nah, yeah,
politics.
Yeah, no, screw politics. But
yeah, that's the thing. Like that was Blizzard's idea. It's like, oh, we need to have representation. Like, no one really gives a fuck. They want to just kill people. And technically,
I mean,
you make people...
a lot of people do want it. It's just the point that you don't. It's the point that you don't have to have it be forced. When it's forced representation, that's stupid. Like you don't need to force it onto it. Like, oh, it's a thing now to where we need to represent stuff, so we're gonna throw it in every single possible thing. And I get it. It wasn't a big thing back in the day at all. It was the point that it was very little seen to have it, so you really want a lot of it now. I understand that, but you don't need to force it, is the problem. If you're going to make a story around it, like if you were to give each character a story and give them the story to that, I could perfectly understand it. Yeah. Me, I mean, I don't care either way. I mean, you know, you guys want to just come out and just like, oh, hey, that person's gay. Like, okay, cool.
And that's a thing I noticed because people are like, oh, The Last of Us storyline was not that good because they focused too much on the LGBT. Like, the whole story was just
a bunch of... I mean, yeah, that's what both games were about, were, like, the stories between the two, like, main characters. The first game was between Joel and Ellie. It was like their dynamic. And then in this game, it's Ellie and Dina. It's just like, you know, you have like their like dynamic going on. Like, okay, that's the point. So of course this one between them two, it's like that's their relationship. It's the point of the game to go through it.
Apparently got pissed they killed Joel. Like, why?
Well, that's a spoiler for a lot of people. Don't need to say that out loud.
Yeah, but who? Like, people got so... Yeah, but that's early game.
Well, even so, it's not even the point of its early game. A lot of people still haven't even played the game yet. They're still holding off.
Play the goddamn game.
Have you met people that there are people who just haven't played the game yet because they don't have the money? I mean,
or
we get payments
because, you know.
Yeah, and they still want to play the game, but they just don't have the console yet, so they need to get some money to buy it.
Are they gonna do next gen for The Last of Us 2?
Yeah, they will.
No.
Yeah, they'll do that. Good. Well, it's... I don't know how they're gonna do it. If they're gonna have like a instant give system, they probably will. But I don't know.
Most games this far have
at least with Xbox, when it comes down to it, pretty much 90% of games are getting a smart delivery, which is just instant. Like, hey, you bought it on the Xbox One, you can play it immediately on the Series X.
As far as I'm saying.
Yeah, they just don't have an official name for it.
Valhalla has it. Valhalla would have that. They were like, oh, if you buy this game, you will get it.
I know Destiny 2 has that.
I mean, they're gonna have... I mean, they are free, so...
No, I'm talking about the DLCs and such. Like, if you buy the expansions on PS4, you immediately get every single expansion for free on PS5. Same with the Xbox. If you buy it on the Xbox One, you get it all for free on the Series X. But not crosswise, just within the same companies. So, Xbox One to Series X, PS4 to PS5.
Yeah.
Oh, fun fact. Destiny 2 is going to be on Game Pass. Everything from it. So, I don't have to buy anything for Destiny 2 on Xbox. But I'm going to have to for PC and PS4, so shit. Oh well. Alright, back to the topic.
No. Wait, is it only the X or the console Game Pass or both Game Pass?
Pretty sure just console, but regardless, I have it on Steam, so...
Yeah, but if you get it for on Game Pass on PC...
Yeah, but it doesn't work that way. Game Pass on PC is through the Microsoft Store, and Destiny isn't on the Microsoft Store.
Oh.
So that wouldn't work. Well, even so, I don't think anyone would want it on there, because no one likes the Microsoft Store.
No one likes Microsoft.
That's about right. But, still.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to your topic over here. You know, your floor.
So yeah, again, so basically people, and I can't spoil it. How far have you gotten? Have you completed the game? For The Last of Us?
No.
God damn it. Okay, I can't spoil too much. Sorry, because it's some part he hasn't played yet.
If you're talking about Abby, I know a bits about that.
Oh, I'm not talking about Abby.
Or whoever along her storyline, but regardless, yeah, that's one thing I do know.
Do you know about the trans person?
Yes.
Okay.
I know about them,
also
I just haven't got to that
obsessed
part.
Got pissed at that. I'm like, they did it so well because I didn't even know it until like.
I couldn't tell from like the pictures I saw, because usually it's how I come across it. It's just that I see it when someone randomly just throws it out there, or like, you know, I'm looking at a Last of Us 2 thing. Say someone's like, they drew this Last of Us 2 thing, or someone made a song cover, or whatever else. So like, I'm looking at it, boom, in the comments. Like, I can't escape it. I even avoid comments half the time, and out of nowhere I see a freaking thing just like, poop, there it is. Like, okay, you guys are just jerks.
And that was also a good representation, because I couldn't have guessed that unless I started thinking, probably like, wait a second, why does this come up here?
Yeah, but you got that.
Yeah, and people got pissed at that. I'm like, that's a good. This whole story is about 3 characters, basically. I think, yeah, basically 3 characters, because like you have Dina and Ellie's storyline, and then you have Abby's storyline, of course.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a good representation of the whole fucking thing, but no.
Yeah, no one cares.
Because there's gay people we need to complain about.
I don't know, people got issues. And then of course you got the newest deal, which we've talked about it earlier, but yeah, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. People getting all pissed off because, what was it, in a trailer, or was it just a screenshot?
I don't know, but there's apparently gay stuff happening again.
Yeah, it was between like 2 gay guys, you know, guessing in a trailer or something, and everybody's all pissed off.
People normally don't have problem with gay stuff if it's girls.
That's fine.
Yeah.
What's the
but
issue?
Here's the thing.
Well, okay, you say that, but then we look at Last of Us 2. Everybody gets pissed off.
Like, wait, hold
like,
on.
you say that.
But also, here's the thing. Have you ever thought about that? If there's 2 girls, it's often like no one really gives a fuck. But the moment...
You can blame because the... Look, we're not going to get deep into that, but misogynistic deals, that's why. But
then you have, like, if the moment there's 2 guys, it's like, oh, this is wrong, like...
Again, misogynistic.
Just because you are not comfortable enough to be around a guy that happens to like guys, doesn't make it wrong. It makes you dumb.
Pretty much. If you don't like it, then you're the one who's the problem. I mean, still, that's the other thing. Everybody loves to hate on something when something happens, but it's like, no one cares of your opinion in that sense. Because again...
And also, are you gonna get the game or not? If you don't
get
the game...
if you don't, just don't play the game. If you don't like that crap, don't play the game. And if you're like, oh, but I've been so hyped about the game, it's like, I really want to play it, now I don't because of that. It's like, well, that's your own freaking fault. Just don't play the damn thing.
And
or hey, guess what? Did you know that games have skippable cutscenes? No, say it ain't so.
Yeah.
Or you heard it looking away?
I'm gonna be... Here's what I'm gonna be... As far as I've got, it's like they have a
damn much.
What?
What? I'm saying if it bothers them that damn much, then again, skip the dang cutscene or something.
But here's the thing, I feel like, as far as you know the screenshot I sent earlier? It says it has a scene, a sex scene, and I'm like, this is getting... I don't know if this
that's what they said
safe
with Last
to
of Us.
scream.
That's what they said with Last of Us. So.
I mean, at least The Last of Us had a decent fucking... I liked this. The story wasn't the greatest. I can agree to that. Like, it was a good story. I loved the story. Like,
it's more so of like, it's more the ideas to it. I mean, I already know it. I already know the premise of the story. Again, I get all these things spoiled within like a second notice. Like, I don't get to choose. Like, it's not even one of those things where it's like, avoid the comments. Like, I do avoid comments. It just pops in there. And then freaking people retweet this crap, or they freaking in their quoted tweet, they put that, and then for some reason it's like, oh, there it is. Like, just, can you not?
Yeah. That's like the moment a new game I wanna play comes
Like,
out
I'm not
and
gonna
I have to pre-order it.
Yeah,
I
I'm not
like
gonna
don't go on
stay
Twitter at all.
Bad enough. Well, that's the other thing, though. I'm not gonna stay off Twitter for months because I don't finish playing the game within 3 days. Like, I'm not one of those people who's gonna play the game in 3 days unless I'm the one who's playing it, for one, and for two, if I'm like, I have a work schedule I have to go for. I can't play games every day. So if it was like that, then this would be done pretty quickly. I'd probably be done with the game already. Or at the very least, if I wasn't streaming it, I'd be done with the game already.
Yeah, you've probably been done like 2-3 months. No wait, a month ago maybe. If we no.
Like, dude, it came out like a couple months ago. It came out in June.
It came out in June. Yeah. So probably somewhere in mid.
Probably just a few
Actually,
days or like a couple weeks from the release date is when I would have finished it.
Maybe.
I mean, it came out the midnight.
But actually,
it came out midnight of, like, I played it the launch hour, like an hour after it launched. I streamed
and
it.
I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
Because I had it preloaded already. I had it preloaded,
Yeah,
and it was ready to go, and I looked.
Wait.
Yeah,
Because
I looked,
wasn't
and I was like,
sure
oh,
if I
hey,
was
it comes
gonna
out.
where I was gonna get my fucking package.
Yeah, because you got the physical edition. That's the beauty of digital, is you can play it right as it releases.
Yeah.
I was like, woohoo! I'm playing it.
Yeah, but I got a beautiful case and a nice book.
I don't understand. I mean, I have the art book too, but it's a digital version, which I'm fine with. But regardless, what I don't understand is, I don't know if I got like a corrupted download or something, but I feel like I'm the only person who's getting these glitches to where in the cutscenes, the models like T-pose, or they just like get like in this ready position, but just like random position and just like scoot around. Like there's a moment where they like go underneath a gate or something, and out of nowhere they just like freeze. Like just anywhere.
Open the first gate.
Like in the case, like the first gate ever to be open, like that's one thing that can happen. I think it's when Joel and Tommy are like going through the like on the horses. But regardless, that's one thing. It happens throughout the game. Every single cutscene has this issue. Maybe one or two I've watched so far that didn't happen, but basically all of them are having the issue where they'll just like get into a ready pose for a few seconds, like hop around with no animation going through it. It's just like it's funny. It's funny, but it's not something I'd want to watch during like an emotional moment or something. It's like emotional moment.
Oh my god, it's dying.
I'll be honest.
Keep posting.
I mean, you quickly mentioned this a second ago, but again, I'll put up the friggin' spoiler warning for everyone, for the hell of it, visually, audio-wise. Skip ahead till you don't. I don't know. Skip ahead a few minutes. I don't know. Freaking Joel. It would have been hilarious to me. I was sitting there thinking in the back of my mind, like, oh my god, if when she kills Joel, if it gets into ready, like after he's dead, he just like stands up because of the glitch. Like that'd be hilarious.
Oh god, he's dead.
Nope, I'm not. What are you talking about? It would have been
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like I was like, that'd be great. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I just get those glitches. Like I don't know if it's like a corrupted download or something, but it always happens. I would.
Preload got like.
I mean, I'm the only one who has these issues that I know of. I see so many other people playing the game. Like I've watched a bit of Jack's playthrough. I've watched someone whose point of his channel is to check out glitches in games. And I literally I mentioned this to him, that I was having these, and he's like, I have not had that in my entire playthrough. And I think he's played it like twice. Like once to play through it,
Maybe
another time to get through more glitches and stuff.
The game?
I would, but it's a huge download. Like 70 gigs, I think. I don't know.
I can't check because I have the physical copy.
I would check, but my PS4 is not plugged in, and that would require me to switch sources. It's on my current monitor because PS4 is HDR.
Okay, can I check how much mine is, even if it's?
I don't think you can check. You might be able to, because I mean, I think it only downloads the update files. Like that's all it updates, or it does on PS4's.
Yeah, it only shows that mine is 97.
97 gigs?
Yep.
Oh, well. That's even worse. So, yeah, there's that.
You're like, it's just 70. I'm like, yeah, mine's 97. You're like,
that's worse. But, yeah, there's that. So, I don't know the issues there.
I have a nice profile picture now on PlayStation. I have Ellie with her guitar.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Ever since getting the game, though, I downloaded a few stuff for Wallpaper Engine. Like, I've downloaded a few wallpapers for Last of Us. I'm like, I like these.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm not done there. Like, I have Tifa still as a background, so like, because they basically gave out a new theme for Final Fantasy VII. So I was like, oh, this looks amazing.
Oh, my PS4
so
like theme is the dynamic one for
so I have
Last of Us.
3 different things. Like on my, if you know me as a person on PlayStation, I have a Death Stranding screenshot I took. This just says Death Stranding, and then you have Ellie as the public profile picture, playing guitar, and then you have my PlayStation theme. There's just Tifa sitting on a windmill. No, not a windmill. Some sort of barn-looking thing, like a
Waterwell? I don't know.
A water wheel.
Windmill? I don't freaking know. Anyway,
So that's that. Like, we come off like the topic, like far off the topic.
yeah, because we were talking about Last of Us, we started talking more about it, but I mean, it's fine.
Because it's a good game.
It is a good game.
And
Go play the game,
pick up,
guys.
pick up,
Go
play.
buy it. And
Yeah,
if you
and
can't
stop
buy it, go
complaining.
watch it. There's plenty of YouTubers out there.
And
One
also,
which I mentioned Jack. Jacksepticeye.
Yeah.
Go watch that guy.
Yeah.
Other people. Watch me.
here's another
Actually, don't.
thing also that I
do.
want to talk, because this has happened last week we talked about it. Like, if you say that you own a game or you can't get the game, and you say, oh, I watched the game and it looks terrible, I don't want to play. Like, but how would you know it's good then?
It depends. I mean, okay, if we're talking about like story-wise, then you can say that towards like if you've watched the gameplay of it. Like if you watch like throughout the story of the game, like let's say again, you're watching somebody play Last of Us Part 2, and you're watching all the story bits of it. Like, okay, I don't like this. Like, you do have reason to say that because you've at least seen it. It'd be the same thing if you try to play the game. It's the same difference. But the gameplay of the game, you can't say anything because you're not the one playing. You just see like someone else is having so many issues with it. It's like, no one's saying you wouldn't have, like, no one's saying you would have those same issues if you played it.
Sometimes it's like, unless it's Assassin's Creed.
Like, say that person
if
just sucks.
If you see someone has issues in Assassin's Creed, you know you're gonna have the same issues because.
Depends. I mean, if it's a bunch of glitches, yes. If it's a bunch of like, say they died a bunch of this one thing, it's like, could be either that one enemy is overpowered, or could just be that person sucks. 90% it's the person who sucks. Like for me, for example, I suck against Shamblers. Always have to use a freaking Molotov, which most of the time is one-hit kill, but that's most of the time.
Oh, I hit myself a leg.
I don't have many Molotovs because I usually use the resources for medkits.
Yes,
I don't really use Molotovs. I'm like, well, I need them against those guys because
for
then it's just
people
one-hit kill.
wondering, also, if you play on like, I think I played hard because survival was like, I normally play the hardest, but this was like, it's dumb hard. Like it wasn't like.
Well, that's 90% of
like
the hardest difficulties on every game is
Yeah.
dumb hard.
But Modern Warfare is just dumb in general when it comes.
The
to
only game I can say that is like perfectly fine as harder difficulties, shockingly, actually is Halo, because that's usually the way I play
Except
it is
2.
on Legendary, except for 2 because that's just a shit show. That's the only game that I won't because it's a terrible game. Yes. Did I actually ever load it into Legendary to let you see that? Or no?
No, I don't think we needed that. We had.
I mean, I can go ahead. I know, but I mean, just to show you it. I mean, if not, I'll send you like a video later just to show you how Jackal snipers actually react. It's instant. Like, as soon as they see you, poof, headshot. Just instant.
That's not very nice.
And then elites are one-hit punch, like one-hit melee. Like if you get next to them, just poof, you're dead. Done. Welp. That sucks. And in one of the missions, Gravemind, like, one of the missions, like, if you remember, it's like you spawn, like, right there, and the people are immediately shooting at you. You die, like, instantly, constantly. You'll constantly just keep dying and dying. It's like, you can't get anywhere.
Yeah. Unless you did like we did on like 3 of the missions, you skip the whole base.
Well, I mean, that's fine, but I mean, on Legendary, you gotta remember, if one person dies, then it goes back to checkpoint on Legendary. So it's like that really broke it. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't care. Like, it'd been fine. One person could quickly escape and let the other person respawn, but you can't respawn on Legendary. It just goes back to last checkpoint. You know, but there's that. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the difficulties, I wasn't ever going to play Grounded on the first game. I'm not going to play Survival on the second game. You can't get me to do it, because I'm not doing it.
Right, wasn't it called Survival on the first game?
No, it was called Grounded. No, it was called Grounded.
Huh.
Pretty sure it was Grounded. Wait, they
It
changed
was
it.
only 3, or they must have added that to more. I think it's no wait. Original one I think only have 3 levels.
Yeah, I think the original one probably did. I don't know, because I never played that one. Because obviously I didn't have a PS3. It's when I got the PS4, the second game I ever bought was Last of Us, because I heard how good it was. Like, alright, I'll grab it.
It is.
And it was cheap at the
a
time.
great story. Like it's like.
I mean, it took me a while to play it, because I played it a little bit on my own, and like I didn't fully get it at the time. And then I played it on stream for a little bit. I still didn't fully get it. But then I watched some folks play through it, and I'm like, God, I gotta keep playing this. Went back to play it, finished it, and I was like, I love this game. I do.
Yeah.
At that point, I was like, I don't know if I would call Last of Us like a top 10 competitor. And then I'm like, shit, I don't know if I call this a top 1. It's so hard to decide. Because I don't know.
I mean, it's like. Yeah,
Like,
this.
it's hard to put it in there.
Like, the first time I actually ever said that I had a favorite game was Death Stranding. Like, I have had.
I've had favorite games throughout my life. I mean, I would say this. I mean, obviously, I do love Halo, and I do consider it, the series itself to be probably the top 1, or at the very least the second top. I don't know. Like, it's up there. It's very much up there, but that's because I have a tie
Who would
to
be
it.
first if you have?
I mean, I have like an actual emotional and nostalgic tie to the games. Like, that's why I'm so invested into it. Because it was literally the very first-person shooter I ever played. That was it. Like, I wasn't in... or it wasn't really the first, because I did play games when I was a kid. Like, I played Project Snowblind and some other games. But it was the first real one that I got into, was that one. Because before, I was still into, like, Sonic and Mario and Zelda and all that as a kid. And then, around Halo 3,
Zelda
I was
is
introduced
probably
into it.
one of the best. It's probably in top 10 for me as it comes to.
As a series, yeah, that comes up too for me. Like, it goes really up there. Mario, I didn't care too much for. I mean, I do like it, but it's like it didn't get
Mario is
up,
like
up
it
there.
depends on like.
As a series, no, but I liked Mario 64. I never really played Sunshine because I didn't own it as a kid, and so far I'm liking Odyssey, but I'm stuck at a point, so I just stopped playing. Usually how it goes.
Like, fuck this area right now. I'm going.
Well, I keep dying. It's just like every time I try to like.
Stop suck.
Well, it's one of those areas where it's like, for anyone who doesn't know, it's in like the City Kingdom. I forgot the name of it, but it's like when you're in the city, you have to go in the sewers, and like you hit, you throw the cap at these platforms, and they like it activates them, starts spinning them around. There's this part where there's a one spinning around, to where you have to jump on it really quickly, and then you have to quickly jump on a platform over on the other side. And I can't get to that other side, even if I'm to like throw the cap and have it like hover in air for me to jump on top of. I can't do it. I just can't. So I suck at it every time, and I'm like, I'm done, because I have to restart the entire like encounter if I die there, and I'm like, it pisses me off, and I stop. And as for Zelda, I'm playing Link's Awakening right now. Not right now, but I mean, it's one of the ones I'm focusing on.
I have only played Wind Waker, never completed that. Ocarina of
I need to
Time,
complete it. I'm on the last part.
3D. Doing my own randomizer also on my for fun.
Right.
And I feel like I'm stuck at the moment. I don't know.
Yeah, it's fun doing the randomizers. I mean, even though we're doing them on streams, like doing solo ones, like it's really fun. And honestly, in one way, it's a good thing for us to do it on our own too, because it's like if we find stuff we didn't know about beforehand, it's like now we know. Because in a lot of the cases, I knew a lot of stuff to do in the randomizers when you didn't really, but now that you're doing it on your own, you're finding some more stuff out. And even some I don't even know.
Yeah, do you still don't know what cave I'm talking about?
No.
By the way.
Because, I mean, I don't know from you just saying it. If you took, like, a picture...
You know the one with the
then
grey rocks?
There's many of them with grey rocks.
Not in the
Grand City, I
Grand
mean, yeah, there's plenty. That's what I'm saying. You just have to screenshot it or something, and then I might know. It's not hard to do. I mean, it's in the bottom right corner of your screen. Click it. Click the screen snip or whatever, and then do it. Or print screen button on your keyboard, and then send it to Discord. Dun. Then I would know. And then be like, oh, okay,
like,
there.
I think that was one of the... Here was the thing, like... I got the bomb bag in the first dungeon.
That's just cheap. That sucks.
Yeah, and then I was like, I got to finish
I wish we could do that.
boss.
I wish we could do that, because, I mean...
Boss.
Why I don't have the slingshot?
Yeah, I got that in the second dungeon.
Oh. In my main playthrough, I mean in my solo playthrough, I don't have the slingshot yet. I know where it is, but I can't get it because it requires a exploit. Because I have to, I mean I have the hook shot, and it's like on this tall tree. Normally you have to have the long shot, but there's a trick. If you aim at a certain spot, you can like go up to half of the tree, and then hit another spot, and then you can get up to the top of the tree. But I can't do that. I've been trying, but I keep missing. So it's like I just suck at that part.
Yeah.
So I can't get the slingshot.
To Garoda Fortress.
Yeah. Which again, the next time when we do run 4, I'm opening everything. I'm gonna open up the Zora King, which was supposed to be this time. I open that up, or I will, and then I'll open up the forest, like both parts to it. And I'll open up the the Door of Time, so we can just go anywhere from the beginning, if we want.
Song of Time.
The Door of Time, but I mean, I think it should be because it just makes sense. Because at that point, it's like if you have no dungeons you can do as a kid, you can then do them as an adult. Because some things are still locked as an adult if you have the Door of Time closed. Like for example, the slingshot for me on my first when I first generated it was in the Ganon's castle, and the Door of Time was closed, and I'm like. So I can't even go get it. Even if I have all the stuff available, I couldn't go get it until I was an adult. So a lot of the areas I couldn't do. Yeah, but all you need to open the
door is Song of Time.
Yeah, but I didn't have an ocarina or the Song of Time.
Yeah, I didn't shuffle in this. I didn't shuffle in the ocarina. I did shuffle in the songs, of course. Do you want to know something? Do you know what I got? Do you know where I got Serenade of Water?
Hmm.
In the lake.
That's kind of ironic. You know, it's kind of fun. I mean, one day though, I think we need to play multi-world. Like, I think it'd be really fun.
Yeah, but here's another thing. I got the silver scale right outside. You know, I did that thing. I think it was the bug outside or something. I don't know. I got the silver scale outside the domain. Then I go and do the goddamn rupee game, and I get the golden scale.
Nice. It's like me, for example. I don't remember if it was. I think it was actually in hours, but I don't remember. Like in our run 2 or something. I don't remember, but it was like, you know, I get the silver scale, and then I see there's a scale just sitting there on the wall, and the thing about the icon. Or like the actual icon right there, it doesn't show that it's a new scale. It just says scale, and it's just like, or Zora scale, and it doesn't show that it's a new one. And I was like, that looks like it'd be an ice trap, and I don't think I should get that. And then I got it, and it's like, oh no, it's the golden scale, because as a 3D item, it doesn't show the new one.
Is that you can't get the progressive stuff without getting the first stuff first?
No, you can get the progressive stuff first.
It's just that
I'm saying it didn't look like the golden scale. It looked like the normal one. But yeah, you can. Because it overwrites it. So if you get the progressive stuff first, and then you find the older stuff afterwards, it will overwrite. The older stuff will overwrite the new one, or the better one, so you'll be stuck with the older stuff. It's just how it works. Because the game is supposed to overwrite those items regardless, but, you know, originally it's supposed to be overwriting with the better stuff, but in this case it'll do with the older. So, you'd be screwed. That's why I kept telling you beforehand, we need to make sure we don't overwrite the original Ocarina with, or overwrite the one with time with original, or overwrite the long shot with the hook shot, because that would suck. Especially that one.
Oh yeah.
That one would really suck.
By the way, I got the Howard boots from the time door. So I drag out the shield, I got the pair of boots and the sword. Also, definitely would fuck her as an adult. Just saying.
Don't think you need to be mentioning that here, buddy.
What? Actually she's a fish.
Also, she's not an adult. Neither is Link. At that age.
No, I'm talking about the adult version.
Which one? Are we talking about Ruto?
Yeah.
Well, again, I don't think she's actually an adult at that time. Pretty sure she's like
an
a...
adult in this game at the point?
I don't think any of them are an adult at that point. I think they're actually teenagers.
18, 19 is teenagers, so...
I don't think they're that age. I think they're like 17 or 16.
God damn...
I think. I could be wrong.
It's Japan, it's fine.
That doesn't make it any better. That's the other thing. I don't care if someone's law says it's fine. It's morality that I care about. And even at this rate, I wouldn't want to be with someone that's 18. Like, be a little older. Might be 21, but still, be older.
Let's see if they say what her age is in Ocarina of Time.
I can find out. I can't believe you're searching this up for freaking your podcast. Can I screw this fictional character?
Can I fuck a fish?
I mean, the person in SAO Bridge surely did.
I mean, she literally was to marry you as a child. I mean...
Yeah, that marriage is different. Especially in monarchy. They would always try to marry off their kids or something. Even as kids. Like, you know, a lot of monarchies did that. Like, in order to join our kingdoms or something, they would always marry off their kids. Even if they're actually kids. Like, oh, hey, marry them off for the future. They would always do that.
So 17. So they must either be, unless she is 11, she's 17. Because it's 7 years after.
Yeah.
So it would be, Link would be 17, right?
Probably. I don't actually know ages. I mean, maybe they did in the manga, but I don't know. I haven't read too much through it. I have it. I literally have the manga, like the physical one over there. I just haven't read a lot of it. I got to when he becomes an adult, and then I haven't read any further. Not because I don't want to, just because I haven't.
A Link to the I don't care. I care about Ocarina of Time. Link's a God damn it! Okay, Link is a child. No shit! By the way, he's a child, like... Oh! Link is a child of Destiny, born during the... Yeah, we know this.
Oh, dang, I just realized that. So, in the actual Ocarina of Time game, obviously, Ruto does, you know, Link and Ruto get engaged because of that whole deal, but whenever he gets sent back at the end of the game, because at the end of the game, Zelda sends Link back to the past again to just warn Zelda there, so they can immediately just never have to go back to the future. But the problem is, I believe Zelda... I mean, I don't think actually Link goes back to Ruto to, you know, do any of that. So, later on, I don't think any of that happens. So, no engagement.
I mean, in like Japanese, a lot of Japanese culture, a kid, the moment they're 10, basically, in a lot of games, they're allowed to go to like
I do whatever.
Pokemon.
I know, yeah.
Like,
they're like 10 years old, like, oh, well, you are now allowed to scour the world. I mean, that's not my point, though. I'm just saying in general that I don't think they do that because at that point, Link had no reason to go back there unless he actually had any emotional attachment. I don't actually think he did, but yeah. Again, I wouldn't know. I haven't read the manga fully. If I did, I could tell you that. Which again, it's probably not an official source, but it's a source to infer.
well, in Skyward Sword, it says he's 17.
That's Skyward Sword, though. It's not the same timeline.
No, but it would tie. Is that the Majora's Mask timeline then?
Majora's Mask is its own timeline. It's between the Ocarina of Time timeline and Twilight Princess, I think.
And then you
Skyward
have
Sword is a
the
precursor
one
to it.
connects them all. Breath of the Wild.
Kinda. I mean, it kinda just infers a lot of stuff. I don't know. I don't follow the Zelda timeline because it's confusing as hell.
Here's how it says how it works. Link, also known as the hero of Hyrule, is the primary protagonist of Breath of the Wild. 100 years prior to the game's current events, Link was chosen by the Master Sword to become wielder of the Sacred Blade, and the one who would defeat Calamity Ganon. At the same time, Link was made Princess Zelda's appointed knight. I feel like he does a lot of saving her, even though she has a lot of power. I'm just saying. I feel like she's just a bitch in the end.
You said about everything, and it's still the wrong thing to say there. Alright, hold on.
Yeah, bitch would be really bad for actual bitches because it's Link.
Alright. Anyway, alright, let's see.
Yeah.
Doesn't really say much.
He's left-handed. That's
Yeah,
kind of
he is.
interesting.
Not know that?
No, I never focused about that.
Oh, well, he's left-handed. Let's see. So, Jesus Christ, this makes no sense.
That's actually kind of interesting. Normally, when you have... He's 9!
In what, Ocarina of Time?
Yeah.
Well, if it's 7 years later, then he's 16.
I can't fuck Link at least. And so
Oh.
about we're still friends,
Wait.
right?
Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense, okay. Now, I'm trying to look around at all this because it's a very weird, crazy freaking... I don't understand this timeline. Okay, I'm looking at the picture here. And we have, it starts off, the first game starts off with Skyward Sword, which does make sense because that is the first actual deal it goes to. Then we go down to the Minish Cap. So, we go down to the Minish Cap for, okay, it goes from the Sky era, which was Skyward Sword, then down to the Force era, whatever, to Minish Cap. Then it goes down to Four Swords, and then Ocarina of Time, which then splits. Ocarina of Time will then split. It goes to, in one area is, oh wow. Wow, okay, I didn't think about that. One where apparently Link dies, or Link is defeated. It goes into one area which goes to A Link to the Past, then Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages, Link's Awakening, whatever the hell that is, that stuff. Then goes into the first ever Legend of Zelda, An Adventure of Link. Okay. Then there's the other timeline where he succeeds, and it goes to the child era and the adult era. Child goes from Ocarina of Time to Majora's Mask, and then later down to Twilight Princess, then to Four Swords Hyrule Adventure. crap, there's 2 Four Swords. Then in the adult era, what else we got here? I don't know what the hell those are. To Wind Waker, to then Phantom Hourglass, and then Spirit Tracks later. Breath of the Wild isn't on this yet, on this picture, but yeah. It's a weird freaking timeline, I don't get it. I'm confused just thinking about it, and I can tell from your silence, you as well.
I didn't listen, like, but yeah.
I sent you the picture, but yeah, it's just like...
Yeah. It's one of those like things like...
I mean,
isn't it another timeline?
I would probably watch a video of somebody. There's like tons of videos out there of people in their timeline, but yeah. It's just like... It splits off so many times because, again, about Majora's Mask, for example, is that it is a... I don't understand that, personally. Because at the end of Ocarina of Time, you have Navi fly off for no reason. No reason at all. Just like, oh, I'm going to fly off. And then you have Majora's Mask, which I think is actually the story of him trying to find Navi.
She's 17, I see on one Wikipedia as an adult.
Okay. Wait a year. Anyway.
Well,
technically, Ocarina of Time came out in 1998, so, you know. And then it takes 7 years after that. It's been longer.
30 now.
It's just over new.
And how long does Sora live?
I don't know, actually. I would not know that. Well, okay, we'll say this, for example. In Breath of the Wild, we have the King Zora there. Oh, actually, no. There's a lot of deals. It's been 100 years since, like, the whole thing started. So, both King Zora, his attendant, Prince Sidon, or Sidon, I think it's Sidon, all of them were alive back before. Be quiet here. Yeah, all of them were basically alive like 100 years ago. So basically, if they're still alive at that point, you can imagine that the rest, like we'll say, like, you know, the Zoras actually lived for quite a while, hundreds of years probably.
Wait, okay, I'm checking the map. Am I meant to know this map?
What map?
The time map?
No, I would just send you that because, like, it's confusing.
Like, am I meant to understand this, or did you
no,
just,
I mean,
like...
I was just, like, trying to send it to you to show you what I was looking at. Like,
yeah, I know.
If you just look at that middle bit, the rest of the stuff is, like, side stuff. Like, you know, like, the mangas and side games that have, like, little bits of story indented into it. But you have, like, those main games that are, like, and then just, it branches off into 3 timelines. I mean, 2 main ones, but then you have, like, adult and child era timelines there, too.
Yeah, which is Majora's Mask. Soul Calibur,
I mean,
that's
the thing about... Yeah, it's the side game that goes along with it, but the thing about the
Wait,
child timeline, what I'm assuming is that you have the child timeline...
Wait, wouldn't Wind Waker be in the child timeline?
No, it's part of the adult. The way that they're saying is that it creates 2 different timelines in Ocarina of Time. Like, you have when, after the world is saved from Link and, you know, Ganon's sealed again, that is the adult timeline, or the adult era. And, like, that continues on with its own story.
As a kid, if he
and then when he gets sent back, and then when he gets sent back as a kid, and everyone's warned, that turns into the child era. It's multiverse theory. It's basically, you know, you have 2 different universes being created there. Like, one that continues on, like, past when all that stuff happened as adult, and then the child one.
And everything then turns back into Breath of the Wild, right? Isn't that the point?
I don't know.
Because what I have understood, what people say is that Breath of the Wild is the beginning and the end. Like, it's the beginning and the end of the story. Like, it's just a circle, I think. Like, in the end,
if it's the beginning, it's because of the 100 years prior, I guess. But then again, that wouldn't make sense because of Calamity Ganon. I just found another one.
Yeah, and that's why they say it's like the end also.
Yeah, okay, literally they all come back together. I mean, it's the same thing I just sent you, except I just found a bigger one. So...
A bigger one?
Yeah, going back... It's all of what I just mentioned, but except everything collides together into Breath of the Wild.
So yeah, that's the beginning and the end. Like, it starts with Breath of the Wild.
It's literally everything I just sent you. But you also include that.
Yeah. But that's like that timeline is so fucked because people have. I heard many people say that.
Oh, there's
Again,
oh wait, hold on. There's another one. There's like another bit to be put in here. You have after in the Hyrule's decline and the last hero thing, like after it goes down to what's it? After Triforce Heroes, apparently, it goes down.
that's even a fucking main game storyline.
No, that's a freaking side game, I think. Link Between Worlds, though, that's a sequel kind of to Link to the Past, so I'll count that, I guess. But it goes down, and then you have two of them. The hero arrives early, the hero arrives late. Early goes into weird timeline, apparently. The Legend of Zelda Game Watch, that's very old, and then Legend of Zelda Animated Series. Then it goes down to Legend of Zelda Comics, the Link, and then it goes into the CDI games, Link, The Faces of Evil, Zelda, The Wand of Gamelon, Zelda's Adventure. And then, if the hero arrives late, the first Legend of Zelda, and then if he's successful, a Game & Watch thing again, Adventure of Link. And then if he's defeated, goes into BS, The Legend of Zelda, which is a remaster of the first Legend of Zelda. I don't know why it's the exact same thing. Then Adventures of Link, Hyrule's Heroic. I don't fucking know. And then they just all mix together
I'm
into
used
the
to getting
same
lost
timeline.
in the timeline at the moment. Like,
I'll send you this other picture too. I mean, it's the exact same thing, but it includes a little bit more. It's a longer one. I would show these on the stream, like on the video side for people, but Jesus Christ, it'd be too much.
yeah, we don't
Just go
want
look this
to,
up.
like,
I don't want
yeah.
your minds to explode with a boredom that's already here, but go look it up. Zelda Timeline Breath of the Wild. That's why I looked up, and it's like the first picture. It's like a very long picture, and it just shows each one that we've been discussing. Like it's just all
I'm gonna watch
over
this
the
on my
damn place.
PC, but the phone sucks.
Well, I was saying like the image, not the video. You can watch the video later.
That's not the issue. I'm trying to, okay, I can't even watch the. I need to go. I will have to watch the picture later.
Watch the picture?
Look, yeah, I mean, technically I'm watching it because I'm looking at it.
That's not how that works. Funny that we're
there's,
talking
like,
about this, and one of
now
my
there's
wallpapers.
5 timelines? What?
I don't know. But again, funny that we're talking about this, and one of the wallpapers on my desktops just changed to Breath of the Wild. So it's on the Breath of the Wild wallpaper right now.
So Ocarina of Time is basically the beginning of all timelines. Like
No,
it's the beginning.
well, it's the one that branches. Like it causes the branch in the time. I mean, it makes sense because that's when everything got shifty. Everything like messed up there because it included time travel, and obviously, as anyone knows, time travel causes a lot of issues. So yeah, Ocarina of Time started everything.
So does that mean that in the original storyline, Link lost?
No.
That must be the first storyline.
No, not really. It just like it goes like it was there already, but I mean, I guess it kind of is in a way.
Because you need to have that storyline, because that otherwise, why would the defeated Pathline exist if he wasn't like? He must have been defeated, then somehow used Ocarina, learn how to use Ocarina. Have you talked with the ghosts, by the way? The two ghosts that mentions how they worked on the Song of Time, or how they worked on the Sun Song, and I think they mentioned the Song of Time. How they want to control time.
No.
They are in the graveyard. The two stones beside the family grave, basically, or what I would say, the king's grave. There's two like maestros, two ghost maestros that says that like, oh, we worked on the Sun Song basically, and the Song of Time.
Well, the Sun Song is from the composers, like the like the brothers.
And they
like,
said
those
that
aren't
they
the
worked
ghosts
on
the
time zone. They talked about the time also. And I'm like, what if technically that is when the original Link was? It was one of those.
I mean, there's many different things going there. I mean, one of the thing about Twilight Princess is that the person who trains you, there's like this skeleton guy that trains you, that is to a lot of people, they're saying that that is the Ocarina of Time version of Link. Like, that actually is him, but, like, way in the future. Like, he's a skeleton in this, but, like, you know, that's him. That's, like, people's theory. Like, it's some skeleton that teaches you, like, moves in Twilight Princess, but people are saying that that is Link. Or the original. At least from Ocarina of Time. But yeah, again, it's, like, all messy, because, again, it is what I just said before. Because, yeah, again, in the child era, it's just basically Sacred Realm Protected. Just means that that's when he gets sent back and they protect it. Like, you know, they're like, oh, hey, you know, Ganon's gonna do this. Like, okay, we'll take care of it. It's protected. It never happens. Ganondorf sealed in the adult era is when there he gets sealed again after all the crap he did, and world just continues. But, and then, yeah, it apparently says that Hyrule is sealed and flooded, which then causes Wind Waker. So, yeah.
And then you have Triforce Heroes apparently splits into two different timelines.
No, well, hold on, where is Triforce Heroes? That's...
to the left.
No, technically it only does two. Once it gets to, it's Hero Arrives Early,
Then,
Hero Arrives Late, and then after Legend of Zelda, that's when it splits off into two more.
Yeah, like, can you stop splitting time? Can you just, like...
There's so much time being split. And then it just all randomly converges down into Breath of the Wild, which I don't understand how, but yeah.
Link has two issues. One, breaking yours.
Apparently it goes like all the way down to Millennias of Peace. So basically there's like tons of time when nothing happens. And then
the hero
of the Burning Fields, which is...
So wait, who's the real bad guy? If a hero has to be born and everything goes to hell, doesn't that mean he's the bad guy?
Who?
Link. He's technically the bad guy in the end.
No, not really. It's just that he's always there. Like, there's always a Link, like, throughout time. Like, he's not really the bad guy.
In the first, or in Wind Waker, all he wanted to do was save his sister.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, by the way, you need to save the world. Like, I just wanted to save her. What does that have to do with anything?
Well, hell, in Skyward Sword, all he wanted to do was save Zelda. Like, just her herself. No saving the world, just save her. And
so he's just a cunt.
It's basically the same. It's the Mario effect. All he wants to do is save Peach. Nothing else. Well, in a way at first. Every other time later, it's like, oh, hey, he's going to take over the world with these stars or whatever the hell. Like, okay, I'll help save. Like, no. Otherwise, it's just, hey, dude keeps stealing my girlfriend.
The girl.
Well, Mario still kind of does. Link does not. Link has, like, a bunch of different freaking love interests throughout time. It's just like, who?
And he doesn't get anyone.
I mean, with Rudo, it was an engagement that happened. And then later in the Breath of the Wild, it's Mipha. Like, again, another Zora, who I don't know if he liked her, but, you know, she liked him. So, I don't know. Zelda stuff, everybody. It's confusing.
And he never says a word.
Yeah, he never says a word. In the games. In the games, he's a complete mute. But, in the manga, of course, he talks, because it's a manga. They kind of need to make Link talk.
And the animation, right?
Yeah, and in the shows, too, yeah. Which, by the way, in the shows and in the CDI games, he should never have talked. He was annoying as hell. Well, excuse me, princess.
But I love this, though. Like, everybody's like, oh, you mean this? But, like, I don't say anything. Oh. And the only word he says is, ha! Or something, like, every time he swings his sword.
Ha! Ha! Tank top! He literally says tank top as an adult. If you listen closely, which, I know I have the female versions on our randomizer, I'm sure you have the originals, but it's basically just saying tank top every time he rolls, and it's just like, it's funny.
Why? Why can't you just talk?
I don't know.
I mean, as a kid, I can understand that he's like a little bit like shy and stuff.
Well, that's you think about that. I mean, the games that start him off as an adult, that's different. But Ocarina of Time, for example, when he turns into an adult, he still technically has the mind of a kid. He's just in the body of an older person.
Yeah, and they basically send a 10-year-old minded person to save the world. No, a 9-year-old person to save the world.
Seems that way.
What is it with the opposite sending kids to save the world? But, like...
I don't know why they keep doing that. It's always the same. It's always, hey, have these kids go. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be some type of, like, inspirational deal, because most of the time kids are playing the game. It's like, oh, hey, a kid's saving the world. Just like, oh, hey, some inspiration, I guess. I guess. That's my thoughts. I mean,
Like,
of course, this isn't saying, hey, kids, there's this one kid on a game or TV show, like, oh, hey, he's doing all this crazy stuff, you should go do that crazy stuff. No, it's just telling you to take charge. That's all it is.
Yeah,
it's just saying, like, hey,
don't forget the
go do the
demented,
stuff.
Professor.
That's good. You mean the guy while you're away is probably at your house? Professor Oaken, that bitch.
Like, what is like? It's still so. That part is so far, but it's still like. Oh, by the way, what's my grandson's name? Like, you have.
No, shouldn't you
You
know?
know you have, like.
Okay, two things.
Well-
One, you should know that it's your grandson. Two, pretty sure your daughter or daughter-in-law, because obviously there is no dads in all of Pokemon, is probably a couple houses over.
No,
Because we
wrong.
live in the same area.
Yen Frey. That's a dad.
We don't count that one. Anyway, still. We don't count dads. There are no dads in Pokemon.
There is no dad. That one is non-canon.
Yeah. Apparently in every canon, it's always that you have two people get together, they have a kid, and the dad just disappears.
Think that's the only game. Actually, your dad is in the game.
I think so.
I think actually,
It makes no sense, honestly. Like, where'd the dad go?
No,
Did they all just decide to go out and go get a pack of smokes and disappear for years on end?
what? It was Christmas. I want to get the present.
Ouch, that's even worse of a story. On Christmas morning, or Christmas night, just be like, I want to go get some presents for the kids. Be back. Never.
Like, fuck this family. I'm gonna go fight
Like,
with
there's
dragon.
there's my Christmas present. I'm out.
Like, fuck this. I'm gonna go fight kids with my dragon.
That does not sound right out of context. It does not.
Sounds very right about me. Like, anything I say.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of stuff I say, if you take it out of context, you're probably gonna have to call FBI in the end. Yeah. I don't know.
There. For a second there, it wasn't showing I was talking on.
Oh no.
No, it's actually getting lower. That's weird. It just like cuts me off. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you sign up like you're getting. By the way, you remember when I said it was like 1:30, like an hour ago?
Oh, what's it?
2:46.
Makes sense. It was an hour ago. Well, we can either talk for 20 minutes, or we can just decide to find somewhere to end, because we don't really have much else to talk about.
Are you sure we not have a timeline to break down? Like,
Okay, we've already mentioned plenty of the timeline. I think we're done with all the timelines.
who said Zelda timeline? I said our timeline.
Okay, what timeline? What timeline
I
do you want to
thought
break down?
How many timelines is there to break down?
Timeline Ensemble. Who cares about being a... No, we're still nerds in this case. Okay, Nerd Ensemble still works.
Yeah, like
We're gonna nerd up.
breaking down the timeline of game. Like,
Okay,
a lot of-
what other game has a confusing timeline? I mean, we have Zelda. That's a really confusing one. What's another one?
isn't Mario's timeline a little bit weird?
Not really.
Like-
It's pretty straightforward all throughout. I mean, all of them is... They basically, each game follows each other, I think. I don't really think there's much difference. What's other games? I know there are other games with crazy timelines. We're not even gonna get... Okay, this isn't a game, but I'll tell you that one show you'll
It's
never
another
watch,
thing.
because I know you won't. But, you know, the Dragon Ball timeline, that is freaking crazy. Especially when you get into Super. Like, what?
Was it Super
Yes,
that
I
the
know it.
paper ghost said was uncanon because of stuff?
No, it's not that it's uncanon or non-canon. It's just that GT is apparently considered non-canon, but Still,
But was it that one they fucked up so much? Like, and people
it's
were
that
like,
they
yeah,
didn't know
this-
what they were doing because they didn't have the original writer on the show. Like Akira Toriyama, the original writer, they didn't have him much for the show. They had like he came in for a couple of concepts, but they didn't really listen much to him, and he just like it was all up to Toei, the
Yeah.
people who make the anime. But yeah, it was just up to them and did all that stuff. And yes or no, that's not canon. But what's pretty bad, I kind of understand it. It's not too complicated, but so many people say the super timeline's super complicated. I'm like, I mean, I kind of get it. It's not too hard to explain. But it's bad enough that to some people of how bad it got, Toei had to release a timeline on their page for it. Like, they had to do it. They had to put a timeline on the page because so many people were confused about it. I'm like, oh my god, guys. And no, I'm not going to sleep.
But sleep is very good for health. Who said that you should go sleep?
Candy.
Oh.
Or his persona
Are we
of Halo
confirmed
Gamer.
that's Candy, or is it...
It is. I know.
It's probably Professor Oak with his dementia again. Like,
Yeah, it's like, are you a boy or a girl? It's like, you're. I mean, I guess these days that's one thing to ask, but at the time it's like you're
at
looking
this
at,
point
you're
in
looking.
time, you're like,
Like, I mean, at that
what
time,
gender are you?
I mean, at these days it's like, okay, you can probably ask. I mean, it's a little rude, but to be like at the time, it's like, okay, what do you identify as? Like, go for it. But at the same time, it's like back then, it's like you're looking right at me. What do you think?
What's the issue? Do you need glasses? Do you need a new prescription?
Definitely the
I know a
prescription,
guy-
because again. Yeah, I know a guy who freaking sells those berries, man. Gotta get all those berries. He may even have a few IVs for you, not the kind you're thinking of.
Oh. Have you also thought about that? There is no human hospital in like any game.
Nope. Not the game. There is in shows, of course, but not in the games.
Like, oh, I fell down this. I broke my leg. Like,
Go
bad.
sit on top of the Pokeball healer. Just imagine that. Imagine just being like, oh, just stand on top of the healer here.
but that's meant for the pop. But this is meant for
Have you not
what?
seen that? I forgot what that was off of. I think that was on an SMG4 thing, but it was I think it was on that, which is, it's just like Mario doing random stuff. So it's like Mario in the Pokemon world. So I think he actually like picked up a person, just like threw him in the Pokeball healer to heal him. Pretty sure that person was traumatized. The guy wouldn't blame.
We don't know what's going on in those goddamn machines.
I mean, again, we don't know what's going on in the PC. Like, are they being
Oh,
are they
like,
being
yeah,
like
that's
cryo
also-
locked? Or are they being cryo locked to where like they don't know they're being put in? It's like, oh hey, be put in, like it's like they're in there, they're stuck in there, and then they come out later as if like it's like to them no time has passed, but it could have been like 5 to 10 years later, and it's just like, what the hell's been going
I
on?
started to think about Cell versus right now.
Why?
Because as I think about because it's called Pocket Monster. As I think about that.
It's like it's like so it's not Pocket Monster, it's the Belt Monsters. So, no, you duel with them, so it's no, it's Pocket Monsters, like Ball Monsters. No, Capsule Monsters, and you duel with them, so they're goddamn duel monsters. It's like, yep. It's a good.
Like, that's how it works.
That's how it works.
And I mean, logically, yes, there's not Pocket Monster. They are in the fucking ball.
I mean,
They
that's
don't even have it in the pocket. They have it on a belt.
so they should have called him Ballamon.
No, because no, actually, no. Nowadays that wouldn't have worked
Or
because that would be
Beldamon.
so sexualized.
Or Beltamon. So
I mean,
Belt
Digimon
Monsters.
at least makes sense in the name.
Digital
Digital
monsters.
monster. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I mean,
Pocket monsters like
Captivemon? Captamon? Like they're captive? I don't know. Captured? Captamon? Think of something like freaking. Yeah. It's bad enough that in America they had to do that. It's called Pocket Monsters in Japan, but it's called Pokemon here because it's like, oh, monsters. Like, that doesn't seem a good thing for our American audience. Let's short it down to Pokemon. Like, that makes sense. Like,
Pokemon. I mean, probably they did that in Japan also. In there, like shortening it down at least.
It's still called Pocket Monsters.
Ha!
I mean, even worse, like Resident Evil. It's called Biohazard there. Like, its name there is Biohazard, while here it's Resident Evil. I guess because they figured Biohazard would make
Resident Evil
sense.
7 is called Biohazard.
No, it's still called Resident Evil. It's just like they put Biohazard in it as like a way to, I guess, just like, oh hey, it's both. But yeah, I mean,
What is it with you Americans being so fucking offended by a goddamn name?
I mean, it's not just America. I mean, it's other places too. I think, because I'm pretty sure the Europe version is called Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, with Resident Evil.
I guess just like anywhere outside of Japan just wants to change the names. It's like, it doesn't make sense.
I mean,
like,
I
why?
can understand like the certain stuff, like if you can't get a good translation.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, that was a big thing, because obviously every show needed to change, or every show or game that was translated needed to change the name of things, like character names. They didn't want, what's Ash's name? Satoshi? Is that his name?
Satoshi?
I think it's like Satoshi, because like, it has like Ash in the name. It's like Satoshi. So they're just like, they'll change it up.
I get changing.
Or actually, it's like
Japanese names sometimes.
I don't know. It's pretty much like Satoshi or something like that. But like, I kind of get that in a sense for two reasons. One, again, it was old enough for it. So like, oh, we need to change up the names because we can't get a good translation idea. Or two, it's just like, they don't
Kind of
want.
It's
hard to pronounce it in a way. So they're just like for
like
kids, like
Joey
a
Wheeler.
thing for kids.
Your Wheeler's name is Yonochi.
Did he? Did you get a new Pokemon in Discord?
What? I got a new
Candy
Pokemon?
Summer, you got a new Pokemon in Discord. We're talking about
What?
Mewcord?
Why are you
have
talking
we
to me
played
about
that?
Pokemon?
I don't know. Ask. Or unless he sounded like he did. I don't know. He said.
Oh my
He said Alex got a new Pokemon in Discord.
Can I kill Candy?
I don't know. I don't know what he's on about.
You check Discord. You
I'm looking at Discord.
check your server.
I am. There's nothing in general, and in our Mew channel, which
There's a
Mew
picture in
is.
general.
Is there? Oh, okay. See, it wasn't. It didn't even show that was new. Do I have not? Okay, it doesn't even show that. Like, it didn't let me see that. It showed there was no new pictures in general.
Oh god, it was like, yeah, we don't want to show you this because it's bad.
Jesus. That's creepy. Speaking of Mew, though, I have not played that in a while.
Mew? What did
You know the in the bot, like the Mew bot, that lets you play Pokemon in Discord.
I've not played it at all. I played like, I think when
I brought it in.
yeah.
Like, I played a little bit of my bot testing server, and then after that, I just didn't really play it much. I mean, it's a nice bot. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, the other thing that I was thinking of when it comes to, like, them being in the PC is, like, it gives them, like, a digital paradise. Like, in each area, let's say box 1 or something, because it's, like, grass-themed. It's like, you throw them in there, it's like they get transported to, like, a thing like that. Or it's, like, through each individual Pokemon's mind. It's, like, takes them to, like, a paradise of their own. Or something.
So now we're kidnapping Pokemon. And
So basically, you put them in a PC, and they could be put into like a nice beach paradise. So pretty much, yeah, it's Matrix. Speaking of, I want to watch those, but you have to watch them in an order. I found out. It's not Matrix 1 to 2. You can't do that. That's not how the order is. It's Matrix 1, then the Animatrix, then I think there was something in between, I don't know there. Then it's the Matrix video game. Like, there is a video game you have to do. You could probably just watch cutscenes or something. That's hurtful. And then it's Matrix 2. Like, it's so convoluted that no one understood it because there was so much context in Animatrix and the video game before 2 came out. There was so much context built that no one understood.
They actually built a game outside that is
As
canon.
what is it called? Supplementary context or supplementary lore. It's the thing Halo does all the time, which, according to them, Infinite is not going to do that, where it's like, you need to read a book or whatever to understand the story. But yeah, like say Halo 5, for example, and introduce so many new characters and stuff, it's like, where did all these come from? It's like, oh, you have to read these books to figure out how all this other stuff happened. It's like, why? Why would you do that? So I guess that's kind of how Matrix is.
I get it if you say you have to play like Halo Wars or something for a
even still kind of no. I mean, for example, the Banished are going to be in Halo Infinite, and they're from Halo Wars 2. But according to them, you don't actually need to play Halo Wars 2 to understand the Banished and Infinite. So.
But they probably would help you a little bit. Like
yeah. Everything will be like helpful, or in the sense that like everyone who knows or have read all those supplemental lores, like at this point will be you'll get a reward out of it. It's like you don't need it to understand, but if you do know it, then you know more.
You're gonna watch Matrix, but you say I fucking love Matrix.
I've never seen it.
I love it.
I've never seen it.
I said it too.
And we gotta watch it in all
2
this stuff.
a.m. in the middle of the night and watch it, and then you're gonna fucking question life.
Probably.
Like it's anything real.
Oh, actually, there's one thing I forgot to mention to you about Infinite earlier.
Is it fake?
No, it's the last one. Not the last, like, or not necessarily. It's like, it's the last main, like, it's the last game release. Because they're just going to update it from then on. You know how Destiny 2 has it to where it's like they add in stories through Destiny 2? They're planning on doing that to Infinite.
That's why it's going to be open world. It's basically like the storyline is going to continue through DLCs.
Like, through Infinite on that. Yeah, pretty much.
So that's why it's Infinite, because it's like...
Yeah, Halo Infinite. It's also why it doesn't have a number. Because even Halo 5 was Halo 5 Guardians. This is just Halo Infinite. Because it's going to have new stories tacked on to the same game. Which, for one, I think is kind of a cool idea.
It would be like maybe... That's why Destiny needs one, just go back to Destiny and just add in the first game.
They need to. At this point, I think they should just take away the 2 and just say, like, Destiny, and then, like, put, like, a subtitle or something. Even if you want to call it just Destiny New Light, and just leave it as that. And then just put everything together.
New Light, because that's, like, what everyone calls it at this point. No one really calls Destiny 2 Destiny 2. They call it Destiny.
I mean, I say Destiny 2, but I mean, regardless, everyone knows if you say Destiny, they're going to think of 2, because no one really thinks of 1 anymore. If you say individual stuff, like if you say Destiny 1, or if you say Taken King, House of Wolves, Dark Below, all that stuff, they'll understand what you mean. But if you say Destiny, they think the second game.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, with Infinite, I feel like it's a good idea in a way, because it's like, I don't know, I mean, if say, because a lot of the times what kept screwing up is they kept messing up the engine or doing some other stuff that would like screw around with it. But in this case, they can update anything that's broken. Like, let's say if they mess up the first year, like it's like, oh hey, I don't know, it's like the mechanics are kind of suck. You can upgrade the mechanics to be much better during the second year or something, or like throughout that first year. Like, you can make them better throughout the whole time. It's a game as a service. It makes sense. But then the sucky part is, it's like no new games, so it's like you're probably a little bit limited with what your new engine can do. I mean, it's a new engine, so it's apparently supposed to be extremely expensive, but still. I
mean, they're probably gonna upgrade the engine if for each new series that comes out.
I mean, every Halo beforehand was the exact same engine. They just upgraded it and modified it.
Except, did you say 4?
No, same engine.
No, 5.
Same engine.
Is it? Wasn't it 5 they switched the engine to so they couldn't add apparently a split screen or something?
Nope. It was just modified. Like, it's a modified engine. It's all the same engine. Just working throughout. It's the Blam engine is what they called it, but every Halo had it. Except for the side games, because they use their own. But the main line ones all had the same engine. They just modified it each time.
Infinite.
Yeah, Infinite has a new one, which is called Slipspace.
And with that said, if we continue this is gonna be an infinite talk if we continue.
Oh yeah. Regardless, I'll just say this. Even though there's some issues going on, which it's like graphically people are having the issues. I just think like a lighting engine would fix it. I'll probably see a screenshot later, show what I'm talking about. But regardless, I am still very excited about that. Excited about some more games coming through. Like, I wouldn't say I'm really excited with Valhalla because I'm not much of an Assassin's Creed person, but I got it for free, and hell, I'll play it. I mean, I do love Norse mythology, so probably pretty fun. So
I hope they add. Is it Jormungandr? No, that's not the Midgardsormir.
yeah, I mean, it is.
You know, a very tall snake.
Again, every mythology has a snake, or basically almost everyone has like a snake type of deal. If they don't, they're lying.
The only snake in Greek mythology is Medusa, I think. She's the snake.
No, they have more snakes.
Which one else?
I don't know what else, but there's like a giant snake for. It's like a symbol. I don't remember what, but. Yeah.
Is it no Jormungandr? Is Jormungandr also, or is that's
I
also
have no
Norse?
idea. I don't know. I don't know a lot about Norse mythology. I just know I like it a lot. Is all. I need to catch up a lot.
Is it because Thor? Do you like Thor?
Well, I knew about Thor way before the movies, and way before like the Marvel stuff. Like I knew a lot about it before.
I mean, he's technically not trans, if you think about it.
Well, again, that's not really of him. That was Loki. Loki did that.
Loki's definitely trans.
Well, Loki could be whoever he wants to be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he can shapeshift. He just like has an illusion of his form. It's just an illusion. Yeah, it's illusion magic. That's what he practices.
He's basically like one of those that's confused about what he is. He's the definition of like non-binary because he can be what he wants to.
So Omni?
That must be what? Yeah.
Probably Omni. He's just everything. Not at the same time. Well, actually, yeah, probably. Gods, you know, whatever you want.
I mean, did he fuck a snake or something?
I don't know.
I know it's like something weird, and he's like, why?
Loki, man. He's got issues.
And I mean, he got the son. One of his sons is a dog.
Yeah, weird stuff. I don't know. I gotta catch up to my Norse because there's some cool stuff to it.
Fenrir is Loki's son. Like.
Oh, anyway. Yeah.
And yeah, by the way, the Midgardsormir is also Loki's son.
But yeah, we should probably be ending sometime soon. It's like 6 for me. I at least like to lay down for a little bit before going to sleep and, you know, watch some stuff or whatever. Or mess around with some stream stuff. Like, not actually stream, but, you know, do test things.
See if you can fix the lightning on Death Stranding?
Death Stranding seems fine. I mean, what I sent you earlier was actually a good thing. Like, beforehand, it did oversaturated at one point, but then it fixed itself into, like, perfectly normal. So I'm like, oh, well, that's actually fine then. No issues. Odyssey, however, is oversaturated completely each time. And I'm like, God, I guess I can't play HDR on that one. Which is why I want a well, it wouldn't matter anyway. I'm like, I want a capture card to where I can just do that. But the problem is, I don't know how good it would work for me. It's not like it would make it better to stream if it uses the exact same way. Like, if it acts the exact same as if I was streaming with like GPU and everything, technically that'd be still fine with me as long as I can go through and tone map it from HDR to SDR. I'd be like, okay, makes it look nice, makes it look normal. But I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. So I'll try to test all that kind of stuff. I don't really think I'll play Odyssey on stream. That's more of a me thing. I'll just play it on my own time. Death Stranding, I'm debating on it. I'm debating on playing it on stream because like it seems like a really good game to stream, but it could just be a game like I'll just play in my free time as well. Which I have a lot of free time games.
Definitely stream Odyssey because it's a good game.
Yeah, but it's one of those I don't think I would commit to. Like, it's one of those I'll probably play for random bits of fun and then just stop. Like, just stop and go play something else. Death Stranding seems like something I can really get invested into. Which is surprising considering my previous opinions in the year, but then I checked it out once I got it, I'm like, I take back everything I said. Like, this is actually seeming kind of good. I was one of the people who found Phantom Pain boring.
I mean, that game is like, but that's again.
That's like confusing. Because then again, I
that's
didn't play the previous Metal Gears, though.
Yeah, but also
I played Snake
people
Eater a
says it
tiny bit, but not much.
Like, Hideo didn't have too much to say.
Well, no, I
back
mean,
then.
he still had plenty much to say. It's just like Konami was a bit, like, forcible with
Yeah.
a few things. I mean, but I mean,
Yeah,
now, at
and
least
that,
with
I think,
Hideo
made
having his
it
own
harder
stuff,
for
I
him to
mean,
make the games he wanted.
yeah.
And now when he,
I mean, now he has his own
basically-
production line, so it's like, hey, he can do however he wants. Which I wish Konami would relinquish their rights to Silent Hill to him. I wish they would, because they'd be like, hey, Silent Hill coming back in a good way. But no, they canceled Silent Hills.
do we have any other Kojima game coming out or no? That we know about?
I have no idea. I don't actually know anything that he's working on right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, all we know, like, he's so secretive about what he does. Like,
I mean, hell, for
He,
the
like-
first, like, he said himself that beforehand he wanted to release no trailers, no gameplay stuff, nothing about Death Stranding until he was right around release, or added, like, maybe a few cinematic, like, points, but nothing that would tell you what's going on, because he wanted everything to be a secret until then. Trying to say that, hey,
I
this
think
game
he
is like no
mentioned-
game any other, it is its own genre of game.
I think it said it was gonna like a small break, not
I
too long,
kind of agree.
between the release of Death Stranding and the new. He already has a plan on a new game. I think he mentioned.
Yeah, I think he wants to make like a new IP, like another one. Which, hey, you know what? I'm actually into, because I mean, again, the Metal Gear
It's good,
games, it's just like,
Like, I was
don't know.
definitely one of few people that was so excited when I was like, oh, this game.
I mean, I thought Death Stranding was going to be good by trailers, but then when it came out, I was like, it doesn't seem like it would be because of all the, like, delivery boy thing. I thought it was like, that seems kind of boring in my mind. But then, of course, I play
that's
it
the
now, and
thing,
I'm like,
like,
oh,
it
well,
was
actually,
like-
maybe it's not.
Yeah, but it's like again, the story
my-
is so
My
like.
taste of change.
But yeah, but you're gonna notice some stuff that's gonna piss you off, like that pissed me off because I was like,
We'll see.
could you not do
I'm
this?
sure I'm going to
like?
hate a lot of the BT encounters, but we'll see.
Those is easy early game. To be honest, like
Well, I'm sure in the early game, yeah, because at that point, it's like they don't want to actually throw all the hard stuff at you from the beginning. They want you to get through it a little bit, and then later go crazy.
yeah,
Right now, I'm on the first corpse delivery. Like not the first one where you ride in the truck, the one after, the one where you yourself are delivering it. I won't say anything for spoiler reasons, but you know the people know about the corpses. So I'm just saying in general, the actual corpse delivery.
is this after first mission you see Higgs or no?
No, well, yes, when he's on the truck. He's like on the truck. He doesn't say anything or anything. He just pops up for a minute and then disappears. So.
But yeah, you definitely gonna love him because I.
Oh, I'm sure I will, because again, Troy Baker. I mean, he does. Usually, the characters he's for, he does a great performance to it, and everything to where it's like he can make any character that would normally you would hate be like, okay, this is good.
Yeah.
Like, because again, I don't like Resident Evil 6. I hate it, but I liked his character only because he did it. His character was fine. Yeah.
Biased.
Maybe.
So about your secret post.
Which doesn't exist. You can't prove that.
You can't prove it, okay?
You can't prove the body pillow. Kidding. That doesn't exist. No one has one of those. There might be third-party ones, but hell if I know. Anyway.
You wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. I would not.
But hi Lloyd, welcome to the end.
Yeah, that's basically the end, because we were just rambling, as we do at the end of these. But anyway, so yeah, that is basically going to be the end, because we've been talking for so long about stupid random stuff.
And we get into timelines.
A long
I don't know how
bit
we
on that
got into
Zelda.
timelines.
I don't know. It gets interesting. I mean, Zelda timelines are really interesting, but it's just like it's so hard to explain unless you have a lot of research into it. So which is why I'm
And
probably
then
gonna
you're
watch
like,
those videos.
Is anything correct here? Like, is this working? Do you have? Why is this the time? Why is stuff happening? Why doesn't this exist? And in the end, everything is that Pokemons are in the Matrix.
Yeah. I don't know, but there's plenty of stuff there. But yeah, so it's definitely gonna be the end, and this is the part where we start plugging. So for me, you can go to my Twitch, my YouTube. No, I mean obviously I don't need to say it anymore. It's over. Mixer's done. So no.
Yeah.
So
Don't
yeah,
go to
Twitch,
Mixer.
YouTube.
I need to remove that from my.
I've already removed it from mine, both mine and yours. So yeah,
Yeah.
Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, also our Discords. I will link mine right here. So there's my Discord.
Yeah,
for anyone
and
watching.
people that doesn't know, I do YouTube. I mostly upload my streams.
I did put it on
Mostly.
there.
So
Wow.
mostly
Okay, I just noticed that whenever I actually type in, the channel thing actually shows it. Like my chat overlay.
Yes.
It shows that I typed the Discord. Oh well, it's there. It only popped up on Twitch though, so I guess YouTube's broke. Anyway, on YouTube, if you go to my channel art, it should be in my description too. But in my channel art, there should be an icon for Discord. If you click it, it'll take you to my server.
That should have links to his channel, and I should also do this.
And also, since we have it, the TNE audio podcast stuff.
Yeah, here's 3.
I'm working on it.
Is it 4 episodes?
It's
up?
3 right now. I'm working. I just finished editing the 4th one. It's gonna be a lot easier now because honestly, I just did a pre-recorded intro that I will always do.
Like I said, like the other 50 times.
Well, I did unique ones for the first 3 because they actually did need it. There were issues that I needed to mention. Now there's not really much. Though in the 4th episode there is one issue where for a little while there I think I had my phone too close to the mic, so there was a lot of static when I talked. So it was kind of annoying, but hey, we all have issues on early parts. Even in later parts, like today. A lot of silence. Yeah. Which there's music in the background.
Everything I've sent, everything. And also check out Twitter. I don't know if you mentioned that.
I did mine.
But also mine is 18 plus, cause you know.
Yes. His 18 plus. Mine
And
is filled with giveaways a little bit.
notifications.
Yeah, turn off notifications for me. Don't do it. I don't post a lot normally for random stuff,
Do I have a Twitter?
but I have plenty of.
I have a Twitter also.
Yeah, we knew that. What? You mean a Twitter command?
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't even remember that.
Yeah, I don't have a. I do have a Twitter command, I think. Let me actually check. Twitter. Yep, I do. There it is.
Wow! Look at that! How amazing we are.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, when it comes to the Twitter, you don't turn on notifications for me because mostly I just retweet giveaways because I try to enter those. But lately, I haven't been doing my review of it. But I do have a text.
He's gonna fucking ping you.
Hey, I only ping you because it's a part of our streams. And when it comes to the pinging on giveaways, that's because I like to annoy you. That's the only reason. I only do it for that.
So don't become friends with him
for
on
2
Twitter.
reasons. 1, I like to annoy him. 2, most of the time it's something that he likes or wants. Like, for example, when it's a Switch giveaway, I send it to him because he wants a Switch at some point, so hey, there's the giveaway. Like, give it a shot. I'm not saying it'll happen, but hey, give it a shot.
And his chair's cracking.
Yay, chairs. I gotta get a new one. Because again, I'm in between trying to get a new chair or a new webcam. We'll see. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. Is there anything I'm missing? Anything at all?
Audio's done.
Yeah, when it comes to...
Twitch, Mixer's gone.
Yeah. If you're worrying about names, my name on everything is Nexus 71C. Look for either Sweden Catboy or Swedenboy Gaming. Either way, like Sweden Catboy Gaming, Sweden Boy Gaming.
Twitch and Twitter, and on YouTube it's Swedenboy Gaming.
Yes, just look for those.
And yes, Swedenboy does stuff, which is a dead channel because I barely upload. And you have his Animus React.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, forgot about that. Animus Reactus.
You should add that as a command. You do it like a command for you.
Probably should. I mean, it's okay. It's just my reaction channel for now. It's gonna change into a lot more personal. Yeah, the name's gonna change. My main name is gonna change someday too. But the
so they have to intervene somehow, though. I think that would be a good thing.
What?
You have to intervene the both the names into.
Yeah. I mean, like, my new name is gonna like affect both of them. Like, it's gonna have my main name for the main channel, and then it's gonna be somewhat for it on the second one. Like, the second one's gonna be somewhere.
It's gonna be the problem. For everyone listening, I'm gonna call him Nexus either way.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I'll probably put in parentheses or something, or put it in my about pages. Like, say, like, my other name is Nexus71C, so if you guys want to keep calling me that, go for it. I don't really care, that's fine. But I do want to change it because...
Say to you.
I'm saying in general if you want to type it. Like, if you're going to type it out as a full username, because just saying Nexus, there are millions of Nexuses out there. That's another reason why I want to change it. Because there's somebody I know who with the same name, and it's just like, or Nexus and something else attached to it. I'm like, I keep hearing someone say their name, and I'm like, God, it irks me. I want something different, like my own unique name. And I want to get rid of the numbers. Because who puts numbers in names now? You put numbers in your name, get rid of it. This was years ago! Okay, that wasn't my fault. That was an auto-generation. That was an auto-generate name. Anyway.
But that was your mixer name, right?
That was an auto-generate. I didn't choose that. It just like I put in next to someone, say it's like, oh, that's already taken. Do you want here's some suggestions for your name? I just clicked one and hit submit. I should have put the Nexus 710 or like real Nexus 710 or something. Or freaking find a way to delete the other one, which I did try. I freaking sent submit form, like support forms, but whatever, it's gone now. Anyway, yeah, we've been rambling enough. I keep saying this every single time we do this because we take forever. We get sidetracked. That's it. So, thank you all for coming to watch, and for those who came to listen years later when this actually does get uploaded, because I'm working on 4 right now, and it should be faster because I can just download and edit them into it, but whatever. That's it. Hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you next time, which will hopefully be a lot quicker than a month. Hopefully actually be 2 weeks from now. So yeah, see you then.